and then come.
I got some precepts.
Yeah, we just whatever, brother. Just bring whatever.
One more.
All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America. But first and foremost, we want to Panya Hakwadam, that means face the east, and give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. We say double honor to the apostles, the great millstone who rule well, who teach well, where we learn this knowledge, wisdom, and truth from. This is GMS Virginia, back to bring out the truth, First thing I want to talk about, we got people talking that, it's good to know that you are an Israelite if you are so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. It's good to tell your people, there's a lot of people out there that's on the internet, letting their people know that, hey, we the true children of the Most High. That's cool. But the Most High commanded us to do more than that once we find out who we truly are. We're supposed to come to the highways and hedges and speak loudly and strongly and not care about other people's feelings, That's part of suffering. That's putting your body as a living sacrifice. Somebody get that as well. But first I want to bring out Isaiah.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58, in verse 1. Cry aloud.
Cry aloud means speak out loud, very loud, not behind a cell phone, in your own comforts of your own home, right? Go ahead.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Yeah, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. A lot of people want to know why we speak so boisterous, because Christian churches tell you to be dainty and quiet and smooth, but that's not what the scriptures tell us to do, right? Go ahead.
And show my people their transgression.
Show my people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and also you foreigners that understand and have the spirit of this thing, right? Go ahead.
And the house of Jacob, their sins.
Yeah, so if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, you are from the house of Jacob. Jacob was named Yahweh, which wrestled an angel. His name got changed to Israel, but in the Lashawan Kodashis, Yasha'Allah meaning Prince of Power, Sons of God, right? You're no longer a nigger. You're no longer a Latino, a Hispanic. You're no more a Jamaican. You're no more of these West Indies. You're no more of that. You are Yasha'Allah. You are of the chosen line. Something is promised to you. But in order to get that promise, you have to do what? Make your body a living sacrifice and come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Got a little more of
You can get a little bit more on that?
Yeah, the next.
Verse 2. Yet they seek me daily, and delight to know my ways.
Yeah, that's the mindset you're supposed to have. Once you come to this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you have to continuously fight to take off the old man and learn Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Not Jebus, not Jehovah, not Young Hova, none of that. Not Jesus Christos. No, you come to the knowledge and wisdom and understanding that we've been lied to. You can finish that one out.
As a nation that did righteousness and forsook not the ordinance of their power, they ask of me the ordinance of justice. They take delight in approaching the Most High.
Yeah, and that's the difference between niggas and Yasha'Allah. Niggas want to live it up on this side, want to club on the weekends, wants to fornicate, and more than just sleeping with another man's woman, or they want to cheat on the Most High. We understand that the Most High is a jealous power once we have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, so we are very fearful of him. So we have to maneuver a certain way. The water on that.
I got a precept about it.
Okay, go ahead, grab it.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 20. Wisdom crieth without.
Yeah, wisdom crieth without, man. Straight up, they're simple and plain, man. These people, they don't want to be wise. They want to be wise in their own eyes, not wise in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Go ahead.
She uttereth her voice in the streets.
Yeah, and who's out in the streets? Who's in the highways and byways? It's the ones you call crazy guys that got the downs on, right? But look beyond all that. Look at the spiritual. Look at the spiritual thing. What is making these men on their a lot of times it's on their days off in cold, rain, sleet, hail, heat, out here professing the gospel. What is making them do that? It's the spirit. It's wisdom. Right?
God. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the street of the gates.
Yeah, and look where we at, man. When we not sparing nobody's feelings, we don't care how nobody feels about this. Why? Because we know how the Most High feels about us doing this. He smiles upon this, you know, as long as we're doing this in sincerity, you know, and truth and sincerity. It's a lot.
In the city, she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
Yeah, how long will you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans continue to be niggas? How long will you keep fighting for your oppressor? How long will you think you can achieve the white picket fence, the American dream, in your oppressor's kingdom? Right? Go ahead.
And scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
Yeah. And what's the old saying? You want to hide something from a nigga? Put it in the book, right? A lot of older Jake, Big Mama and all, they used to hide their money in the scriptures because they know they damn knucklehead nephew and grandson will flip the whole house up looking for the bread, go through the purse, go under the bed, but they'll never open up the knowledge, man. You know? So hey, this is where life starts right here. Life starts in this. What you people out here of our stock are doing is not living. Y'all existing, man. Because at any given time, when your oppressor says, all right, enough of this, just click. All right, back to the drawing board. Because no more no more child support, no more food stamps. You know, what you gonna do there? No more Section 8, right? No more projects. You know, no more what they call them out here. Courts and you know what I mean? Parks, no more parks. You know, where we from, no more of them high rise. That's it. It's a wrap. You know?
That's why at least, you know what I mean? That's why they call them boiled, which is what? Cattle. Because they are cattle.
Right.
I mean, look at them. Like I said, what's the purpose of existing? Like I said, they just existing just to be existing, man. Just working, going home, and nothing doing any quote unquote beneficiary for the Lord, man. You know, just eating and wasting, man. And just my opinion. You know, like I say, and I agree with the least, man. Because I mean, you got no mind for yourself. They don't think independent, like you said. They, like you say, you know, they follow their oppressor, whatever they tell them to do. You know.
That's why Esau came up with that plan to need to keep the earth underneath a certain amount of number. That's why they showed the jump shot. They told you guys to, you know, they destroyed it. You know, but the plan was to keep the so-called human population underneath a certain number. Was it 500 million? 5 million? 500. One of them numbers. But you know, they took everything into consideration. Like it's like me and the brother talking about demographic. Esau been playing this. Yep. Even the Jake in the store knew that. He said they been had to plan for this, man. And they know who they need to cut off, who they need to get rid of, what they need to do. You know, they've done experiments, studies on what they need to do. This has been planned out. Right. It's been mapped out.
If I could add on, strategically bring down the property values so they can come in and take over the property. We all familiar with that. Gentrification.
Yeah, real quick. I'm glad you said something profound too, but you know the devil is so comfortable where they could go on national TV and tell you, hey, we're trying to get rid of the population. But Bill Gates did that. He said, if we get this thing right, we should get 2/3 of our people off this. You know what I mean? And said it and laughed about it.
And Fauci.
Kamala Harris said it too.
Say again?
Kamala Harris, she said it too.
Oh, she did? Yeah. Oh, fuck that bitch anyway. she was nothing but a jump off. She was Montel Williams' side jump before she got into that DA office, man. And she hold the record in California for locking Jacob.
You don't even know that.
You know what I mean? And y'all made her the first lady?
Right.
I mean, first vice president, Salaki. Yeah, Jake do not consider, like the brother brought out. You know what I mean? And you had said something profound, slipped my mind, but what you bring up?
Yeah, I'm saying about the
I know. Jake don't even consider that they don't even live. Jake that's in the projects, they could be in the high rise or the parks. They don't know nothing out that neighborhood. They only know that corner store that's meant for them projects. They ain't never leave their area. And they never thought, hold on, why I don't know nothing outside of this, man? I'm 33 years old, and all I know is this area, Norfolk or Richmond or wherever we at. Come on, man, you know, Jake do not consider, man. That's why they need to come to this. Because them books in the school, the ROTC shit that your aunt told you to join, none of that shit gonna get you nowhere, you know?
That's why when you look at Jake as a whole, they lack very much. We'll just really learn how to be men.
And that's beautiful. But I always break this out. In this so-called kingdom that we live in, we can't be true men. We can't be righteous men. What's supposed to happen if we see an elemental P walk past us right now?
According to the scripture, they get him out of here.
Boop, boop, back, boop. And the nigga in the back say, woo!
Get him out of here.
Yeah. What are we supposed to do if our woman step out on us? You know what I mean?
The scripture said, get him out of here.
Oh, what are we supposed to do if our children disobeys us? What we gonna in this world? If we corrected our children and how the scriptures tell us to do, man, hang it up. We're behind bars. You know, and even if we get probation, we exhausted all our funds. We lost a job trying to fight the case. You know, hey, this is true hell.
This infrastructure is the breaking.
Yeah,
you know, that's why, but they did it.
It's breaking from home, I'll tell you that for sure.
And they did it just so they could come in with the new world order. Because again, they don't want nobody to really have no pushback towards the new infrastructure.
That's right.
And Esau known for whacking off his own people. The Titanic. Other Edomites that were rich and had money that didn't comply. But they, next thing I know, famous rich Edomite dies at sea.
Oh, you know, it's crazy too. I just watched that movie with
plane goes down. Like, huh?
They not exposed.
Yeah.
Look at the Kennedys.
Yep.
Look, all the Kennedys is fun. There's one that's about to try to run for president, I think.
Yeah, okay.
He ain't get the memo. Bring that up.
Sirach 34:9. A man that hath traveled knoweth many things. And he that hath much experience will declare wisdom.
Yeah, like we just brought out. You know, most of Jake ain't been nowhere.
Yep.
All they know is they hood.
Yep.
And they mama.
Yep.
On my mama. On my hood. That's it.
Hey, my thigh always said that Jake love hiding behind this shit. That's what he got. That's all he has to hide.
Yeah.
Either a gang or his hood.
Yeah, you want to explain?
Or uppity nigga, their college.
Yep. Yeah, when you travel, you start learning more about your history too. I mean, of course, it starts with the word. You know, that's why you got the red pill talking about passport bros. How they find out we the prize? They went overseas and saw how we were being treated. You know, and then you find out that we ruled during the Byzantine Empire. You find that out in Europe and all these different areas. It covers all that. But then, of course, much more when the Lord sent forth the teachers, the apostles, last that bring out the knowledge and the truth.
And even on the lower, hold on, I got you. But even on a lower level, Jake so trained to, when they get their money weekend, regardless if they get it legally or illegally, they're so trained to paycheck. We gonna go ball. I'm gonna stun on my niggas, right? Yo, go. Instead of stunting, go rent a boat. On a Saturday and go to your nearest lake and go fishing and just zone out. Your thought process, your mindset changes. You know, go for a walk in the woods somewhere. You know what I mean? Every once in a while, do something that's against what this kingdom pushes, and your vibration will change,
But again,
Can I say something
rap
about-
music. Rap music.
We'll get there. Go ahead, brother.
Can I say something about the precept your brother brought out? As far as being a world traveler. The thing about it is that when you go to another country, those other countries or the people in the other countries actually look at Jake with like a level of fascination. You know, they actually look at you like, wow, this is a so-called African American. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Their mindset is different towards Jake. And then you run into a situation where you know, like they watch the American news and then they see a Jake up close in person. So now they don't know how to handle it. You see what I'm saying? Because when they see a Jake on television, it's like those ninjas. But when they see a Jake in person overseas, I've experienced this. My friend, you know, you're like, let's go get a beer, you know, let's have a drink, let's talk. The attitude is totally different. That's because Esau Edom has put it into the world that we're the bad ones. You know, these other nations are starting to realize that we're not the bad ones, they are.
You know, that's good you brought it out because I got some female I know from back home I went to school with. She was the backup singer for Cassie. And Cassie went to China. And then my homegirl, she's very, very dark, very beautiful, dark skin. They never seen her. She called me, she said, yo, they holler me like I'm the celebrity, because they never seen her. They were marveling at her, you know? You had more on that?
No, that's on that.
All right, you got something, brother? You had something, brother?
It's because the brother was going into pretty much how Jake in a bad state. The Lord is giving us grace right now. He said there's men out to tell us, hey man, there's a way out. But Jake's still stuck in his mindset. Esau Edom, you know, when they envy their oppressor, they want to do everything Esau does. So hey, and you want a bad case. But this is Isaiah 30 and 20. It says, and though the Lord give you bread of adversity and water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. And that's what you're seeing. The Lord sent out his men, because before the Lord does anything, he revealed it to his servants and prophets. You know, so that's why he got us out here. And Lord, when we continue in it, but that's why he got us out here to push the message, say, hey man, destruction is coming. You know, our Lord's about to return. You know, get right. This is the grace period, the mercy that Yahweh shall sacrifice for us. Because if it weren't for Yahweh shall, man, we'd be through out here. You know?
Regardless of that suffering and that affliction, we're still out here pushing the word, man. That's it. We call it doing the work. You know, because, hey, regardless of what you people think, punching that clock, that ain't our real profession, you know? Somebody get professional things.
Yeah, I got you.
That ain't our real job. You know, we say it all the time now, this thing is Clark Kent, Superman type shit. Yeah? We hate that thing we do, punching the clock. I don't care how much we make an hour. We love doing this, man. Because when we around like-minded individuals, we get a sense of peace in this fucking madness that we got to deal with every fucking day. And this shit is vexing, man. You know?
I finish this off real quick. It's back in Isaiah 30, 21. It says, and thy ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when you turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left. And as the brother was saying earlier, he was like, certain guys want to just be internet prophets. You know, they're not coming out on the front lines and pushing out the word the way the Lord directed us to do so. You know, if you ain't on the highways and byways pushing out the word according to the scriptures, hey man, you lacking in certain aspects of how the Lord told us to dictate in these last days.
You're not letting that the spirit jump. I don't want to say control, but you ain't not letting the spirit dictate what it's telling you to do. You know, that's some people that's on that hopscotch mentality. Like they want to jump out there, but they don't have the goal, the testicular fortitude to just say, fuck it, go out here and teach. You know what I mean?
They said the line outside.
Right. Ooh, that's beautiful, brother.
I got a precept.
You got more on that?
No, that was it. I got a precept. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 13, I start at verse 1. Can I read down to 5? Can I read down to 5?
Yeah, by all means.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 13, verse 1. And the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel, that prophesy, and say unto them that the prophecy out of their own hearts. Hear ye the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai power. Woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit, and have seen nothing.
Yeah, that's self-explanatory. I know you got more, but that's self-explanatory. People trying to dictate how they want to teach and what they consider good enough. You know, what do we bring out all the time? No matter what we do, it's still not good enough. We still got to keep pushing. So hiding behind a damn Instagram page or what we call them, internet Israelites. You know, I call them thumb thugs and all that. You know, they banging. What was that song? Banging on Esau and all that. You know what I mean? Man, you was a coward for real. If that's where you standing at, you know, jump out there. If you really truly sincere about this thing, jump all the way in, feet first, yo. And, you know, see if you can swim. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 4. O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts. Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither have made up the hedge for the house of Israel, to stand in the battle in the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Go ahead, bro.
That was the point. You know what I'm saying? Because like what you were bringing up, you know, if you're not doing the work out here in the highways and byways, you know, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai hasn't sent you. You know, because you're speaking out of your own words. You know, you're speaking out of what you think is right.
Right.
You know,
and like the scripture said, there's no private interpretation. You know, but as Makaza likes to bring out, you know. And this thing is not of us. It's of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Remember, we don't choose him; he chooses us. You know. So if the Spirit is on you to teach people, then and do it wholeheartedly, because what did the Lord say about being lukewarm? You know. Oh no! So I can get that real quick.
Confession of faith. You got it?
No, you got it.
It's Hebrews 10. That's just
I know what you
wrong. It's Hebrews 10. I'm gonna start at 22 points and 23. It says, "Let us draw near with a true heart and a full assurance of our faith."
Yeah, let us draw near with a true mind, a sober mind, not the mind of this world. Once you become to understanding that you are not of this world, try your hardest to get out of this world, man. Because this world is not going to lead to salvation. It's going to lead to untimely demise. We say it all the time. It's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living power. You know what you're supposed to do, and you still ignoring it and trying to live it up on the side. Boy, you better get right. You feel me? Continue on.
It says, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience, and our bodies washed washed with pure water.
And that water is not a physical water, man. You know, that's the Spirit. That's the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures. You know, taking in the scriptures, not just reading. That anybody can read. You know what I mean? Anybody can yell and just recite something. Nah, you got to actually take it in.
That's
right.
You know?
That's right.
That's right. It says, "Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering." It says, "For he is faithful that promised."
1 Corinthians 15:58. Run that last one back.
Back in Hebrews 10 and 23, it says, "Let us hold fast the profession of our faith."
This is our true job. This is our true job. And everybody know that the best definition of faith, well, I should say humbly, the best definition of faith is Hebrews 11 and 1. If anybody wants to get that. But this is our profession of faith. Why? This is the work that we need to do to get what we believe is going to happen. And we believe so much we know it's going to happen. We know one day that Big Bro is going to come through, the sky's going to get dark, and the sky's going to crack. And everything that our forefathers went through, oppressors put on us, all is going to come true that comes out of these scriptures, man. You know?
It says, without wavering. It says, for he is faithful that promised.
That's right, without wavering. That's right. Somebody bring out that 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. Because without wavering, what does that mean? Not moving. Standing sturdy on it, you know? Standing on principle. Standing on your integrity, right? Not lukewarm, not going to and fro.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15, and verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren,
the brothers that's on the highways and byways doing this thing sincerely,
be ye steadfast, unmovable.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Always abounding in the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Unmovable, that we brought out without wavering. Right? Always standing and doing the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Regardless of what we said earlier, regardless of how our week went, our day went, regardless of the weather, regardless of how hot it is, how cold it is, regardless of what you're going through at home, you know, because this is our true profession of faith. You know, hey, regardless of how sick you is, you know you got to pay that rent, so you drag your sickly ass to work, right? So you got to make it to our true job, our true profession of faith. You know? You got that's it on that, right?
I got no more.
Okay, go ahead.
For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Yeah. What we do is not just to do it, man. The Lord sees everything, man. And we want to build our tab up on the righteous side. Because we done built that tab up on the wicked side so high. That shit is like a Jenga pad. With that last little block about to get pulled over. That shit shaking like this. So we got to build up our tab on the righteous side. And how do we do that? Come out here week in and week out, put our epistles out during the week, being brotherly to our brethren, right? Our beloved brethren, like he brought out, you know? Whatever, however you can help the body, help it out, you know? However, I don't care if it's just words of wisdom, you know? I don't care if it's just let it in, you know? Build up the body. This is all doing the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Because, hey, we want to be friends of the Lord, you know? You know?
Definition. Definition of profession. It says vows taken upon entering a religious order. It says public declaration. To declare openly.
And that's what we do. Are we not? Is this not a public declaration? Regardless of who Rob passed. Man, the times people I work with Rob passed. Oh, he wanted that? Hey, man, we can't tuck our tail. We got to stand on business.
Last one. Occupation one professes to be skilled in. A calling.
That's right. Hey. Oh, somebody hit that. Well, yeah, that worked. That worked.
That's what you want?
Yeah.
The book of 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall.
That's right, and this is what we doing. We were making our calling and election sure, because we want to. And our hope and prayer is that we become the first fruit, so we can see our kingdom be built from the ground up. You know how beautiful that will feel, and the sight of that. You know, because a lot of Israelites, a lot of Israel is lazy. They were, I'm gonna come back anyway. I'm gonna be all right anyway. Nah, we want to see this thing from the beginning, from the ground up, man. And our name to last forever, man. You know, be true royalty. You know, and we always ponder. You know, we don't know how it's gonna be, but we always ponder how the kingdom's gonna be. And that's a faith booster in itself. You know.
Yep. Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy,
separate. That's what holy means. Separate. But separate for what? Separate from the ways of this world. You know, we ain't got to bring it up, but you know, we bring out 1 John 2:15 all the time. The ways of this world is not of the way of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know, it's actually enmity to the Most High, right?
It says, acceptable unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, which is your reasonable service.
That's right, reasonable service, profession of faith. You know what I mean? You say you have the understanding that you're Israelite. All right, this is a reasonable service. Do the work then.
That's the duty of a man.
Right.
Including the whole man.
Beautiful.
I know what you're saying.
Beautiful, man. And you know, people act like this is a big, you know, so hard to do. It's not hard to do, man. You know, if you truly got that calling, and you truly want to wake your people up, and you truly want to be the first fruits and see our people on top, 2nd Ezra 69, right? What's so hard about this? What's so hard about what's so hard about not disobeying your heavenly Father? What's so hard about this? It's not that hard, you know.
Can't say that about 2/3.
Real quick, on Matthew 11:29, it says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls." It says, "For my yoke is easy and my burden is light."
He said,
It says, "And you shall find rest unto your souls."
And you can expound on that, but real quick, what does Scripture say about this kingdom right here? This is not our rest. Right. So it's continuous suffering, continuous hardship. Yes, the physical yokes aren't on us, but we're still bounded mentally and spiritually as a whole of a people right now, because we're not in our rest, man. You know, and bring that out and expound it one more time.
It's Matthew 11 one more time and 30. It says, "For my yoke is easy." We start from the top again.
Yeah.
It says Matthew 11 and 29. "Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart." And that's how Yahushua came and presented himself as the meek and the lowly of heart. He gave us those same guidelines. You know, he shared that with his apostles. You know, and they wrote it, and we follow suit. You know. It says, "And ye shall find rest unto your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And usually Jake don't want to come in and get down with the truth, because they caught up in this world. You know, they want to still appease their flesh. You know, they still want to smoke weed, pop other men's women. You know, they love it on this side because they love wickedness. The scriptures tell you real quick. It says they are wise to do evil, but to do good they do not know me. You know,
Right now, he said, take his yoke, he is meek, right? But the yoke of this world is not humble. You know, the yoke of this world is get yours now. You know, get it how you can, get it how you live. Live it up right now. You know?
Burn bridges.
You know, Be cutthroat. Be a snake to your brother. You know? You know, like I said, what brothers want to do as soon as they get a dope ass whip or they put on? They want to go back to their neighborhood and stun on their homies instead of, hey, give a lending hand.
That's what they say, shit on them.
Yeah, and then that teaches them to what? Have the crab in the barrel mentality.
You tell the women, get that nigga before he gets you.
Right. Oh, that's what they said. Hey, what's the little Glorilla. She said, be toxic in your 20s, right? Be toxic in your 20s. You only live once. You know, that's the world we live in right now, man.
Scumbag.
Come on, man. And the sad part is, because it starts from the neck, head down, but our women are just destroyed. You know what I mean? And women are really going to big that up.
Right.
Women really going to, yeah, that's right, girl. You got the girl, real quick, got to go off subject. Girl Kiki Palmer,
yep.
She doubling down.
Yeah,
now she naked, taking pictures naked and all that. And she got a man at home that she just had a child with.
Yep.
Where's she supposed to be? She's supposed to be a keeper at home.
Yep.
But she's not. She's too busy pop locking with Usher in the video. You know what I mean? Now she's busting it down. You know what I'm saying? Then you have a definite. You have something you wanted to get real quick.
I just got St. Matthew 26.
Okay.
Oh, you want to ask him too, because it says in the scriptures, when you have something, you know, like you say, when you it says roughly perfect in the scripture, it says when you get something that's good, you're supposed to keep it private, you know, and then also like, you know, like I said, not to be let it known, like, you know, when you say it's done, when you're supposed to be in private.
Right. And to add on to that point, and you'll see so-called Christians, you know, the Lord told us how to worship Him, you know, because they'll pray out in the open. They want to tell people they fast and so on and so forth, you know. But the Lord said, if you do these things in secret, He'll reward you openly, you know. So we ain't supposed to be doing this to be men pleasers. Be like, oh, look at him, he's so strong in the faith. Nah, man, we weak in the faith, honestly, you know, because at any point, any of us can be taken out of this thing, you know.
Man, that's beautiful. You brought that up because the scripture said we're supposed to go in the closet and pray. You know what I mean? Not be all jumping around and up and down in a temple and talk about humble this number. Right. You know, that's how you know they don't got the truth. You know? Go ahead. You have something real quick, brother?
Yeah, come. The book of 1 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 5. Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house, and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahushua HaMashiach. And the reason why I brought this out is because we were going into how, you know, like a lot of jakes don't realize what this is, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of jakes into their weed and, you know, they're partying and their bullshit. But this is a spiritual house.
Yeah,
and
that's why a lot when people do stop by, they be like, after we tell them who they are, be like, hey, is there anywhere you worship at? Right here. And we're building up a spiritual house right here. It's not a physical thing, man. You know?
I got Hebrews 11 and 1, and I got Ephesians 5.
Book of St. Matthew chapter 22, verse 9. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage.
And that's what we're doing, you know. We try to wake our people up, you know, and our job is not to wake everyone up. You know what I mean? We got a lot of camps out here that's, you know, we save the souls. No, we're only supposed to wake up the elect. You know, you'll waste your time trying to talk to a damn nigga for fucking 45 minutes, tell him that he not Hotep or he not a blood or a Crip, you know? If he can't get it, and then it might not be meant for him to get it, you know? We're here to wake the elect up, the 144,000 plus the rest of the 1/3, you know? That's that. Yep. You got it.
Real quick, just to back up what you bros was saying, this Baruch 2:30. It says, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember me." You know, but Jake still, they knowing they Israelites, you know, but they still got that stiff-neckness on them. You know, they not fully taking on this truth. They're supposed to. You know, so therefore it's to their demise. You know, the scriptures say the same shall know at the death by pain. You know, so they're gonna have to receive their judgment on this side and come back in the kingdom, not be in the first fruits. As you were saying earlier, we want to see the kingdom be built up. You know, and we want to see our adversaries, you know, collect these dead bodies. You know, of all the undesirables of the Heavenly Father. You know, we want to see them from the beginning and continue on employment. Right. You know.
And Jake can say they know something just to say they know it. Yeah. Well, I know we the Israelites. Jake always want to be. You know, Jake. You know, we always talk about how he knows he.
Yeah.
Jake nosy too, though, man. Jake always want to be in on something, you know what I mean? But they don't take it in. Remember I said earlier, don't just be reading the pages just to be reading it. Soak the game in. This is truth. Soak it in, so your spirit can grow. You know, don't just talk just to talk, and then as soon as you go up the block, look at the doctor. Yeah, you walking in 7-Eleven, yeah, let me get another Dutch. You know what I mean? You know.
You know what's so ironic and it's so sad, but when we get drama or fights between different camps, something like that, then that's when Jake want to come in and watch.
Oh, that's
when it comes to views. You already know.
Y'all already know. If somebody comes up right now, think about how many views we got when No Class came up. You know, when No Class walked up, views out of this world. When we tell a nigga to get right, you know, 10, 15, you know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean? But that should let you know that the meek shall inherit the earth. This ain't for everybody. What Nipsey say? A circle got smaller, everybody can't go. Everybody can't make the first trip to Yashal, the kingdom of Yashal. Come on, man.
Scriptures tell us not to be have to care for like unnecessary matters. You know, and the brother Brian going to all the time, like the Epicureans during the time of the apostles, they would just like to go around and just see what people were talking about, learn the different doctrines. That's why they were intrigued by the teachings of the apostles, because he would tell them, he'd say, hey, the Messiah is returned, so on and so forth. And they're like, who is this Messiah you speak of? The Son of the Most High. You know, and that's the spirit that Jake be having on them. You know, they ain't really rooted and grounded in it. You know, they just got that nosy, curious mindset, you know?
Yeah, that's right. And that, real quick, that's why we don't jump at every brother that walks, or so-called brother that walks by with fringes on, or ZZs or whatever. You know what I mean? Because we don't. What did the scripture say? Try the spirit, right? Go ahead. You got it. Yeah, man, we can't just shalom, brother, because he got fringes on. You don't know where he coming from. He could be an agent, right? You know, he could another camp might send him over to see what we talking about. Because now all of a sudden around this area, there's multiple camps out here now. All of a sudden, from as long as I remember, we was the ones out here putting the work in, and now all of a sudden you turn the corner. Any other corner, you might see somebody out there pushing their doctrine. Man. You know, so you don't know what they're about.
1 John 4:1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai.
You can't be opening your arms to just anybody, man. You gotta see what they're about, man. Because you know, they infiltrating, they might cause discourse in what you got going on, you know? So what's that?
It says, because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, and there's many false prophets. You know, it's a lot of false prophets we're seeing in these last days. St. Matthew 24th chapter. Yahweh was talking to the disciples about that. That's going to be a major sign. Many false prophets, man. And we're seeing it now. Even false prophets coming in the names. But you can tell them by their fruits, man. By their labors and those that follow them, the way they conduct themselves. Right? So you can't just like the brother say, open arms accepting everybody, you know, who's calling on the Lord or who got fringes on, because you don't know what they're about. That was going on back then, it's going on now. Nothing new under the sun.
Anybody got that?
Yeah. I got you also Hebrews 11:1.
Oh yeah, beautiful, yeah.
This is Hebrews 11:1. It says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen."
And a lot of you niggas out here don't have faith. Y'all want y'all's now.
Right.
Y'all want. Did anybody see TikTok of the dude who had got a job, and the lady told him, "Hey, I'm gonna pay you like $16 an hour," and every hour he wanted to get paid that hour, and he got mad. He said the first hour, he said, "I'll let it slide. You know, people mess up." He said, but by the second hour, she ain't come around, so you know. And Jake was dumb. He couldn't even add right. He said, nah, I know it. 9 plus 7 is 18. Something. He said, something stupid. But anyway, Jake wanted his now. He wanted his money every hour. He didn't expect to get paid a check, you know, after 2 weeks or, you know what I mean? And that's the mindset of Jake. They want this now. They want to look the part now. They want to look kingly now. They want the beautiful woman now. But they don't want to put the work in, you know?
That's how it always is.
You know, you can't have it right now.
Same thing when Jake went to like martial arts.
Yeah.
They see the black belt.
Right.
He doing a flip.
Right.
Jake like, yo, fuck that. I'm gonna do that.
Right.
And then your teacher be like, can't do that.
Can't do that. Yeah.
You gotta learn the step.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
You gotta put up to
Like
that.
the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
He didn't even realize Mr. Miyagi was teaching him the whole time. I even like the new one with Will Smith's son. Will Smith's son got mad. He said, "Why you keep telling me to put my jacket?" Kept making him put the jacket up. You throw it up. And he's just getting mad at doing chores. And then Jackie Chan ran down on him. And when he started doing the work, he didn't even know when he was doing the work. You know what I mean?
Same thing with Ip Man and Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
He watched a documentary on Bruce Lee. It shows you Bruce Lee got almost damn near left. And then Ip Man ran down on him. Bruce Lee did everything that he was telling him.
That's right.
So again, it's steps, man. It's levels, man. You can't just have it then because if you just give it to you, Jake would. That's like if Jake, right? If Jake didn't grow up with a mindset of having money, that's why you can't just give a nigga money.
They gonna lose it. They gonna give it away.
If a nigga ain't ever had nothing,
If they ain't earn it, if you don't earn it, you'll give it. You're susceptible to give it away quick.
Drugs and money.
You ain't put work. What they say? No pain, no gain.
Drugs and hookers.
You know what I mean?
Drugs and whores.
Yeah, man.
And the scripture always talks about that. A man that love whores, etc. It's a whore will turn a man to a piece of bread. That's all you always gonna say money by. Drugs, material things, and women, whores.
That's right, man. You remember
That's the nigga's delight.
who was it? Nassim Rock now when he knocked out what's my man from the UK? Lennox Lewis. He got it on a lucky hit. Boom! Knocked him smooth out. But he wasn't supposed to be there, and he ain't work hard. So at the rematch, he got his ass dog walked. Because he ain't put the work. He ain't put the work in. You know, you get something fast, you'll get rid of it quick.
And I think they say he partied.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that shit just took him to another level. He bullshitted with the money.
That's right. You know, and that goes back to Jake. Jake ain't used to having nothing. So when they get a little son, they don't know that. You know.
Yep. That's why it makes understanding. It makes sense how the Lord took Israel through this whole process of weeding out, seeing wickedness, being on top for the time, and then putting us back in slavery. Because when we get the kingdom this time, everything's gonna make sense. Yeah. And then when we get the kingdom, we really gonna be appreciative with it. Yeah. This hell here, this shit different. Bro. And then like the brother was going into, we can't even clean up our neighborhood. So if it's a kingpin nigga in the neighborhood, you gotta deal with it. You shoot the nigga. And you say, I'm sick of this nigga, better than Esau will lock you up and give you life in jail. But you trying to, you just stop crime. But Esau said, no, I'm making billions off this nigga. You ain't gonna mess up my money. You get rid of you. You getting out of here. And then you in jail. Looking crazy as hell. And you did the right thing. But this is the kingdom we live in. It's all built off wickedness.
And that's why Salaki, and that's why this truth is very humbling, very step by step, baby steps. This is why in the scriptures, if somebody could get it real quick, but I also want to get camel through the eye of the needle. This thing is we say it's beautiful.
We'll be making more that perish. You said too.
It's a beautiful. Don't get me wrong. This truth is beautiful because we know what's to come. And before I pass it off in a second, somebody get second Ezra 69. But it's also suffering. It's not. It's scripture said the meek shall inherit the earth. The meek shall inherit the earth. It's very rare that a man that has everything on this side is going to make the kingdom. Not saying it won't happen. But that's not the example that Yahushua gave us, The most perfect man slid through on a donkey. He's from the tribe of Yahweh. That's the ghetto. Struggling. He didn't live it up, even though he was the most perfect man, And he's our chief cornerstone. But that's an example to live by, you know what I mean? Somebody got that camera?
It's Matthew 19:23, and then said Yahushua to his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
Yeah, and people have to understand of what that means by the camel of an eye of a needle. That eye of a needle was like a very small hole in the mountain, or like a tunnel or something, and the camel would have to get down on his all fours and scoop through there. And it took a while for them to get through there. So that's just a parable of how hard it is for a man with all the wealth and riches on this side to achieve the kingdom of heaven. Because like I said, that's not the example Yahushua gave us, And so it's struggling on this side for this thing for a reason, to build us up, to give us humility, to stay humble, regardless of how high we are ranking in the camp, how we're revered on this side, because at the end of the day, we ain't shit. At any given time, the Most High can take us out of here, So these are examples of how to be, because the world we live in, everything's puffed up. Everything's puffed up. It's who's better than the next man. And anything, especially in black culture. You got battle rapping, the one battle rapper got to prove how much better he is than the other battle rapper. Even sports, and we all like, most of us like sports, but the key to the thing is to see who's better than the next man. And at the end of the day, ain't nobody better than the next man. We all fall short, man. Can you go back to Hebrews? You still got more on Hebrews 11:1, right?
That's pretty much just the main part, unless you want a little bit more.
Just bring it back from 11:1 one more time. And whoever wants to speak next, by all means. Okay.
This Hebrews 11:1 says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Yeah, it's the evidence of things not seen. Even though we physically can't see, can't touch the kingdom, we have that spirit. We have that eye salve to see it. Because these prophecies is unfolding like crazy, man. And I swear, I pray, old boy that just got locked up in Atlanta, I pray he get the damn presidential seat next. I pray DJ Trump come through like the boom. You know what I mean? Because that would line up. That would line up with the scripture so beautiful. That was the last Trump. You know what I mean? That
last Trump.
Perfect. Yeah, these flies is crazy. But that's the strongest form of hope. Faith is, man, because we see it happening. We can't touch it. We can't physically see it. But spiritually, we see it happening, man. We see that Revelation 12:12 is about to happen. Oh yeah. We see he on the rope, back rope, sliding down. He's still swinging. He's still throwing them. But we see him. We got him cornered. You know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing because we know what's to come after that. Real quick, and I'm gonna pass it off. Somebody get second Ezra 6 and 9.
Can I see that?
Yeah, by all means.
Does anybody remember that movie, the Marvel movie, The Age of Ultron? Remember the scene?
Damn, he wilding.
Yeah, right.
He wilding.
Right.
He on it.
There was a scene. There was a scene when Tony Stark as Iron Man was going to destroy one version of Ultron.
Yeah.
You know, and Ultron had made a statement, and that statement was, "I'm already there." In other words, Tony Stark was like, "Well, I'm gonna destroy you from doing X, Y, and Z," and Ultron was like, "I'm already there.
Yeah.
You'll catch on."
Yeah, because he was already through the joint. Yeah.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? That's the faith we gotta have. You know, we gotta have that mindset that we're already there.
We already won. Cause the scriptures say we already won. It's already written. We just playing this thing out. That's beautiful.
Yes.
That's fine.
As the scripture says, the kingdom is being prepared. Watch.
Cause what else Yahweh Shah said? There's plenty of mansions. So like I'm butcher. My father's house is many mansions. I go and prepare a place for them. So it's already done. You know, we just got to fight through this. We don't know what our mansion's looking like. You know, because we truly don't know what we want on this side. Because we down on such a low level, we think we want the 5-car garage. You know, we want the Bentley truck or whatever. You know, but we got something so much way better than that, and we don't even fathom it yet. You got one? You got something else? All right.
I got a precept. This is Second Corinthians 4:17. For our light afflictions, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and external weight of glory. It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are external.
And that's a beautiful precept to back up in Hebrews 11:1. Yeah, for our light, and I go back to Romans 8:18. You know, our light affliction, this ain't shit compared to what we gonna get, man. It's hey man, this struggle that we go through, and you know, we in these chains of darkness. So yes, we get frustrated, we get angry, we get hurt. You know, and sometimes we question why shit happened, but then we gotta shake that shit off and remember who we are. We are Sha'ala, man. We a prince of a power, and we gotta go through this hell. Cause what? Cause we ain't listened to the Father for the umpteenth time. So hey, we gotta get our ass handed to us. You know, but the beautiful thing is, 2 Ezra 6:9. That's all you have, right? Yeah. All right, get that real quick.
2 Ezra 6:9. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth."
Yeah, so he got it right now. He trying hard to deplete us. Like we brought out with Bill Gates, he want to get rid of us. But at the end of the day, what's going to happen? We got next. Enter James Brown, the big payback. You feel me? We got next, and then we're going to have everything in a righteous way, and he got to pay double. 2 4. All right, go ahead. All right.
Got more percent?
Ephesians 2:8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is a gift of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua.
Yep, this thing is a gift, man. It's a glorious thing to have to even. This is a spiritual power in itself. You know, having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You know, because Yahushua left this unto us a comforter. You know, and we can see forth into the future. You know, through what the Lord has given us. You know, so therefore, the Lord has set us up. You know. Say we keep going in this thing. So if somebody will hold as well, because this thing, Ezekiel 3:1, you know, because we eat this roll, and you know, the yoke is easy, but at the same time it's harder because we take on a lot of burden that come with this thing. You know, we realize, through this thing, we don't have many people out here, you know, that we can depend on. We got the truth, we got the brotherhood, you know, and we got the faith, you know, as the brother was reading the feet. You know, you can continue on.
You want to keep going?
Bubba Shaw.
Reading on, Ephesians 2:9. Not of works, lest any man should boast.
Yeah, this ain't about works. You know, even the scriptures tell you the race is not to the swift. You know, this is an endurance race. You know, so you keep on building yourself up. You know, and you keep on enduring. You know, because as much as we would like to think about that we're ready, for the times to come. You know, the Lord's holding that thing off for us, so we can continue to build up our faith. You know, so a little bit of a T that we didn't cross or an I that we didn't dot. The Lord's working that out of us now. That's why we continue to be edified, you know, and build ourselves up.
Keep going.
Couple of shots.
Yep. Verse 10. Ephesians 2:10 says, "For we are his workmanship, created in Hamashiach Yahushai unto good works."
Yeah, we're his workmanship. You know, this ain't of us. You know, the Lord, we're the mouthpiece of the Heavenly Father. You know, so we out here speaking it, but it ain't even of us. You know, the Lord said he can lift up stones to do this work. You know, so he got us out here just pushing. You know, we pleased to do so because we know what come with it. But the Lord can lift up anything to do this work. You know, all of it comes from the Heavenly Father. He said, we fools for Yahushua sake. So that's why we like robots in this thing. We don't even know it. And we just programmed just to do it. You know.
See, but the thing is, a lot of Jakes haven't seen the Rock talk.
But Jake wouldn't believe that snakes was talking back in the garden.
Yeah,
That's exactly.
They'll believe that, but they won't believe what we're doing.
Exactly the point. You know what I'm saying? You'd rather listen to the devil than believe the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So I can.
Well, when you go into Rock, which is Petra, which was Peter's name, right? Jacob, he slept on the rock. Jacob is Peter. So us being those lively stones, it all goes back to the rock. You know.
Yeah, that's spiritual.
That's beautiful. Man. Teach.
Ephesians 2:10, "For we are his workmanship, created in Hamashiach Yahushai unto good works, which the Most High have before ordained."
What are you talking about?
Have before ordained that we should walk in them.
God. But, you know, just backing up what the brother was talking about. He said, this 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 5, just to get straight to the point. And it says, "Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house."
Yeah, just to bring it out to
Why not we want more?
No,
Verse 11, keep going.
He was just backing it up to go with those lively stones. No, we never got this. Yeah.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah, you want to go on.
Ephesians 2:11. "Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision."
Yeah, we was once upon a time Gentiles in the flesh. That's why Christians get caught up in these, as the brother said, these generic terms. You know, they not thinking about it in the sense of a title. You know, because we once upon us up here, we once upon a time had a Gentile state of mind. You know,
It's beautiful saying it because it goes back to our people don't really believe that we are those people.
Yep. But as we brought it out earlier, in the land where it says, "You are not my people," there it should be said, "You are the sons of the living power," and you seeing that. That's what got Esau shook more than anything. You know, he's saying the Israelites coming back up. You know, because when he went up to the elders once upon a time, he was like, "How y'all get this information?
Yep.
You know, how you know about this? You know, it's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that put this out here. You know, so Esau can't really fathom the fact that this is the Lord's script and we just playing it out. You know, some Edomites, some Jake, they still think there's a such thing as free will. Everybody just doing their own thing. You know, the Heavenly Father had all this planned out before we were even conceived. You know, before he even created our spirits. You know, he already had. I'm gonna have this spirit do this. I'm gonna have this spirit do that. You know. And this is what you have right here. So we just playing this thing out, you know. And we blessed to have the script, you know. This is the script is a part of the comfort, you know, that Yahushua gave unto his men, you know. So we can have comfort in these times. We like, we know bad times about to come. We're not confused about all the things that are happening in the world. We like, oh yeah, that's supposed to happen, you know. Let me go ahead and do what I'm supposed to do for the Lord. Give my reverence to the Lord, you know. You see, but
Keep going.
bring it up.
No.
No, you got more.
Reading on Ephesians 2:11. "Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision, that by that which is called circumcision, in the flesh made by hands."
Yeah.
That verse 12, that at that time ye were without Hamashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope and without Yahweh Bashim Yahushua in the world.
And that shows you too that when it goes into even the Old Testament, when it talks about the strangers as well, it shows you it's correlating all this. Hey, the Lord did it, but it's a mystery, man. Hey, and so the only way you will receive and get it, hey, as you what's that scripture? When it talks about pretty much just being studious in this thing, you know.
No, just real quick, you said they were aliens that had no hope. What we just brought out, Hebrews 11:1. They had no faith, man. They didn't have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of what was to come, you know?
Yep.
Can I read this in NLT right quick?
I'm sure.
Verse 12 in NLT, it says, in those days you were living apart from Hamashiach, you were excluded from citizenship among the people of Israel, and you did not know the covenant promises.
You was excluded from the citizenship of Israel. So this is talking to Israelites. You know, you were excluded. That's what makes that even back in the ancient world. That's what made them strangers. You know, they were excluded. You know, they were following other customs, other ways, other gods. You know, yeah. You know, so you were excluded. You were excluded from the commonwealth from the nation of Israel. You know, and that's where that whole discrepancy of the Jew and the Greeks come about as well. You know, because they weren't circumcised. You know, there's certain things they weren't doing. But the Lord, what the Lord was saying, hey, I'm making a sacrifice for the whole nation. You know, so if you believe on me, hey, salvation is potentially for you.
Yeah. So all you fucking Christians of these other nations, I don't care how you want to finagle it and twist the scriptures, y'all can't get the kingdom. Y'all can be there. Y'all can't get it though. Y'all gonna be in Esau, you gonna be in no fence. You know? How you want to finagle the scripture to say that everybody can make it, but you don't ever want to bring out the judgment in Esau.
What's that, Isaiah 34, where it talks about how the strangers are going to be joined to it? They're talking about Israelites and that, but then it breaks down. Yeah, it's 14. It's 14. Yeah, it's 14. The Bible shop, one of you guys can grab that too. You can continue on now.
I'm just going to finish out the NLT and I'll go back to KJV. It says, verse 12.
I'm sorry. You read that one time in the KJV? That was bad.
The NLT said?
Yeah, the NLT. That was bad.
Ephesians 2:12. NLT says, in those days you were living apart from Hamashiach. You were excluded from citizenship among the people of Israel, and you did not know the covenant promises the Most High had made to them. You lived this world without Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and without hope.
Yeah, and it says citizenship, you know. So you were once again, when you did those things, you were no longer a part of that family, you know.
Yeah, back to the KJV, verse 13. But now in Hamashiach Yahushai, ye who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Yahushai Mashiach. Verse 14. For he is our peace, who hath made both one and have broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Yep. The Prince of Peace, you know, and the one that made intercession for us to bring us back to the Heavenly Father, you know, because if it wasn't for Yahushua, the Lord wouldn't be dealing with us no more. It's because of His Son's sacrifice, you know, that we have an atonement, you know, that we can build ourselves back up through the mercy and the promise, you know, from Yahushua's sacrifice, you know. You got it.
Verse 15, having abolished in his flesh the enmity, even the law of commandments contained in ordinances, for to make in himself of twain one new man, so making peace.
Yep. Your brother can hold a new covenant on deck as well, you know, because the first covenant, you know, that was we couldn't keep that, you know, because it's all orchestrated because it is this flesh, you know, it's subject to go off. The Lord programmed it that way. You know, that's why it's hard for a lot of people to get to understand this thing. It's like, man, why would the Lord even do that? It don't make sense. But like as the brother Karab brought out earlier, it was so we can really get a full understanding and a grasp. You know, because brothers bring out all the time. If you bring up the bread, you know, that he's been given everything his whole life, he's gonna be a tyrant, you know, he's gonna misuse everything you gave him because he really didn't have to work for it. You see, that's why we work for this thing. Wherever you see fit out.
Yeah, there's no respect.
Yeah,
for what you're given.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that rich kid, you know, who has everything he or she wants. There's no respect for the value of the thing that was given to that kid.
That's it.
There's a great respect for this work.
That's it.
You know,
That's why we're gonna grab that Ezekiel 3 as well, because that's what it talks about, eating the roll, you know, because it's good to know you're Israelite, you're Yashar, you're Prince of the Power, you know, hey, but there's certain things and criteria you gotta do, you know, you gotta walk the straight and narrow, where you set in a hard place to fall, you know, so and that's where the bitter comes into play, you know, because it comes with a price, you see. It comes with actions, you know. Brothers brought that out earlier when it goes into your faith and your works. See?
Yeah, just to add another quick point, can you read that wall of petition again?
Yep. It says, Ephesians 2:14, for here is our peace, who have made both one and have broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
That middle wall, when you go into Herod's temple, right? You had the holy place, and then you had the court of the Gentiles. The Gentiles couldn't enter past that wall.
Yep.
So what that's talking about is Yahweh Shah allowed us to enter into the holy places.
Yep.
You know, because we were them Gentiles, we were them niggas, you know. Like,
He took down if I could just add, took down the tensions between the circumcision and young circumcision, because they weren't being accepted, because they're like, those are heathen. You know, going back to the history of Maccabees, you know, taking on the heathen customs, basically.
Keep them on the outer court.
Yep.
When you think about it, if the Jews was in the real Jews in Israel now, when they be like, come on, say we went over to Israel like this, they'll be like, come on, them niggas Americans, man. They coming over here with that hip hop, rap,
Right.
that jigaboo shit. The same thing for instance, right? If you go to Jamaicans are born here, Puerto Ricans, Cubans are born here. When they go back to the mainland, they be like, oh nah, you ain't no true Puerto Rican. You a New York Rican.
New York Rican, and they say they don't even speak Spanish correctly. You're like, that shit chopped up. Or you go to Puerto Rico, you know, I lived in Puerto Rico, man. They don't respect, like you said, them East Coast Puerto Rican, they don't respect that shit. Just like the West Coast Africans don't look at the so-called Negro on this side. He use a fucking cockler. You know what I mean? Come on, they don't respect that shit.
So like the brother pointed to, if the real Jews in Israel today, we went to go over there, they would exclude us.
You know? You see that now. You had groups that went over there.
Yeah, that's
you
what
know,
I'm saying.
and they kicking their ass right back out. You know,
They put a hat on it.
You gotta go to your classes and get a pastor.
It's like,
But again, now, that Yahushua took down that wall, and they were able to follow the laws that you remember ourselves. That's why in Revelation 7 chapter tells y'all, how all the Israelites gonna come from different lands, man. Speaking the same,
And that's why the Lord told was it Jeremiah? He told to hid the ark in the cave, because you got these people say, oh, the ark is under the Catholic Church. That's bullshit. Because in Esdras it tells you the Lord told Jeremiah to go to which that cave is somewhere near. I forgot where it's near. We don't know, but he said keep it sealed until the end of the time. But the ark is like our power. Like the Lord dwells with that ark. That's part because the ark was in the holy place. So the Lord knew that's like our cheat code on the game. Get the ark. Let's take that shit away from him. Because if we get the ark, we can just fuck niggas up. Because the Lord said that ass. So the Lord said hide it from them. And we don't know what the fuck is that until we get it changed.
you remember when the heathens, when they took it, I think it was a Philistine that took it, and then guess what happened to them?
There's a Lord spirit there.
And also, the Lord took down the stone Dagon, and they said, keep it away from us. That's how powerful it was. I'm just letting you know. That's how terrible.
And he said that the Philistine hands got together and said, yo, get this out of here.
They even brought it back to it
With gifts.
You know, they say, hey, we sorry, you know. So those Ethiopians over there, they can think they got the ark. You guys ain't got the ark, man. That's a made up fucking ark.
Look at yo.
It ain't the ark, man.
It's one that is a part of the scripture that tell you that like they kind of like someone dropped it, and the people try to grab it, and they got consumed by it. And only Levitical priests can touch that ark.
When the Lord lay out a blueprint on how He wants you to handle, His tabernacle, His altars, His ark. Hey, He's not playing when it comes to that. He will put you to death behind that, man.
So that we got to set the wall. Y'all must know. He getting a lot of heathens get their hand on it.
That's it. Because that
Because
goes
who knows?
every
You know, they would have tried to destroy it,
Yeah.
which they can't. But
Yeah,
it
Esau
just-
would have took that shit, took the ark, put it somewhere and try to nuke it.
I know, right?
Put that over there. Nuke it. Nuke it.
Get rid of it. I don't
It's
care
in
what
that
you
cave.
do.
It's in that cave. Nuke it.
Like a hemorrhoid.
We can't let them get it.
Get rid of that power
Yeah,
forever.
can you imagine
That
him?
power.
You're a little funny for that, yo, for real. You gotta make a little credit. He got sense of humor.
See, but that's Esau though. Here it is, this devil want to destroy the sun, the moon.
No, I was gonna say real quick. He tried to hide the artifacts
Yeah.
of who when we rule.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you know he get his hands on that, and you know how he gonna. We gotta do something.
True power.
Throw it in the throw it in orbit. Something.
yeah, because what you have in the ark too is the commandments which was prescribed on was it Jasper? I forgot
Yeah, it
which
was
precious
Jasper. It
stone.
was
It was
Jasper.
Jasper. Because Esau showed you to move stone. No, scriptures say they was prescribed on Jasper, and those tablets are in that ark. You know, so that ark is heavy power.
Yeah, no, we know up here, all these elements carry different vibrations, you know. The Lord mighty in his work when it comes to everything. You know, so I'm sure that even just a simple touch of that thing, you know, if you qualify, you know, you get a whole different spirit on you. You know, and like when we come out here, you know, and we amongst brothers, you know, 2 or 3 in the midst, Yahweh Shai here with us, and we on a whole different playing field. Our minds start to think different. We start to feel a lot different. Then many a times I felt like complete shit before I got out here, you know, but the spirit hop on me, ready to run a marathon, you know. You know. You had more?
Y'all want to keep reading? I'm at verse. Verse 15. I'm at verse 15. I'll read down to 16.
You got it.
Unless brothers want to read more. It reads on, Ephesians 2 and 15, having abolished his flesh the enmity, even the law of commandments contained in ordinances, for to make in himself of twain one new man, so making peace.
Yep. And that's what Yahweh Shai did with his sacrifice. You know, I was watching that Passion of the Christ, you know, and Yahweh Shai went through hell, you know, for his people, man.
That movie make you tell you.
Yeah, I mean, you go.
Man.
I'm watching what you want.
Yeah, right. And she gonna cry.
When
You know,
that-
You might cry.
When that ball, when that cat with 9 tails went in his
Yeah,
grab,
yeah,
bro,
yeah.
man, they ripped the whole chunk out. I said, I'm out.
Yep.
Yeah, I was trying to go through that, man.
Yeah.
You
see-
would have died.
You see, but that's just what the mindset of Hollywood is.
That's what I was just about to say. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because that man has been through a lot more. There's no beating of any man on the face of the earth that our Messiah went through.
That's it.
And like I said, we're gonna see his dead body. That's when
Yeah,
we
Khan. Yeah, Khan. You know what I'm saying? That's even worse. That's even worse than Emmett Till.
Yeah.
You thought that was bad. Yahweh Shai has got a beating that it's gonna piss us off when we see it.
Yeah, I was watching the movie and I was like, man, I'm fired up. I was
might
this
show us
is
that
God,
before he
Lord,
let us back out the chariots.
Yeah, right.
That's what they did.
Yeah. Actually had his image there, you know, not the so-called non-melanated asshole.
You know, that movie ain't even come close to this. It was
It's
Sarge.
for size.
You couldn't even recognize it.
You know?
It's Salakia too, brothers. It was Sapphire.
It was a sample. What we say, Jasper?
Yeah, we said Sapphire.
Verse 16, and that he might reconcile both unto Yahweh in one body by the cross, having slain the enmity thereby. I think that's it.
I gotta say it.
Count. You do
Cover.
Yeah, do the couple. Count. Let's
He-
go into the time to that.
Hebrews 8 and 7. For if that first covenant had been faultless, there should no place have been sought for the second.
Why was that first covenant faultless? You know, because ultimately, Yahweh Shai set it up that way. Hey, but we in these chains of darkness, you know, but we subject to sin, you know. that's another going on Yahushua sacrifice, and that's why he did what he did, you know, because he knew, hey man, hey, if I don't do this, you know, if I don't finish my father's business and I don't continue on in the plan, you know, the nation of Israel, you know, eventually, hey, honestly, the world, there will be no more flesh to be saved, because what the scriptures tell you, if it wasn't for the elect's sake, you know, no flesh would be saved. So if Yahushua didn't do what he did, hey, there wouldn't be mankind anymore. You know, you got it.
It says, you know, that's also what the brother said. That's why the Lord said the scripture was subject to vanity.
That's it.
So it says, for finding fault with them, he said, behold.
Creature was something.
It says, for finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
When did that ultimately start? You know, it ain't completely finished because Yahushua has a return. But that happens when Yahushua, when the Father looked away from Yahushua for a point of time, and he said, Father, why is thou forsaken me? And that's because the Lord ultimately couldn't look on the sins that was being put on Yahushua for us, you know? So, hey, when that happened, Yahushua felt like, hey, the Father was against him. But that's when the new covenant started to begin, you know, because the sins were abolished at that time, you know? It'll be fulfilled when Yahushua comes and he abducts his elect, you know?
That's why he said right after he did that, his reward was to sit right side of Yahweh.
That's it.
So he got his reward. He just, and you know, then it's going to carry out when he comes back. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, so hey, for people who think we're in a new covenant now, we're not in a new covenant. You know, we still could be
we still look bugged out, man.
You know, hey, nigga woman still walking around with a red wig.
I know, right?
See? You know, say hey, we still here in our captivity. You know, we just Esau, you know, Esau's still
right.
You know, the heathen's still over us. You know,
last I checked, laws ain't in our inward part.
That's it.
I know, right?
We still got niggas walking around doing anything they feel like doing. Man.
Yeah, that's it.
You know,
That's it. Not far from that.
you got sexy red talking about her booty hole.
Still
brown.
signing crime.
Looking like a crackhead.
It says, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continue not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. This is the covenant that I will make with them, make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people.
And that's for you people who don't believe that the Lord is only dealing with the nation of Israel. This is a future prophecy of the kingdom, you know. So the Lord said He's only dealing with even the nation of Israel and the kingdom, you know. And that's beautiful. After that, we go to say, but you continue on.
It says, and they shall not teach every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying,
yeah, we still out here prophesying.
we still
We
out
still
here
on the
doing
highways
the
and
work.
byways trying to bid them to the marriage, you know. So hey, we definitely still ain't fully in the second covenant yet, you know. We got a glimpse of it because of the company again, you know. The Lord said He's got something promised for us. He will make us joint heirs with Him and His Father.
I got that.
Come, we'll get that.
it says, and every man his brother saying, know the Lord, all should know me, from the least to the greatest. So okay, like brother said, sexy red one be talking when she talking.
Yeah. None of that hot girl shit.
Be toxic in your 20s.
Yeah, Glorilla wouldn't be saying when he said that. So it says, for I will be merciful to their unrighteousness and their sins and their iniquities, but I remember no more.
But they said hip hop. They said record labels are not signing hip hop artists like that no more because it ain't selling like it was no more. They said this year there hasn't been one hip hop number one on the Billboard. Besides the chick Mulatto, but she had to get on the song with a Korean artist who was like very popular worldwide, and he was able to get.
Oh, she did a song with that Korean.
Yeah.
But she dope though.
Other than that, it's been Afro music.
Yeah, Afro music taking over.
So they said that's what they. Because people tired of hearing murder.
Right.
It's putting demons on people.
Right.
The Afro beats, and you know what's crazy? the Afro, the execs knew Afrobeats was up next because you got what's the dude that do the song with Thames?
Burna Boy?
No.
Wizkid?
Wizkid. He's looked at in Africa how Drake's looked at over here. They've been seeing Afrobeats coming to take over. If you peep to a lot of songs, you listen to Drake, and a lot of these people they sneaking it in right now. So it makes sense that and look, he's from Morocco, so you know he been on it. You know what I'm saying?
But you look at all those guys like Burna Boy, he's from the Igbo tribe. So all them they the jakes that didn't get on the ship. They the jakes that was left there.
I didn't know he was Igbo.
So it's still us dominating the music scene, just not on that rap shit.
Well, you guys like to back you up, and nowadays, you know, I noticed that too. That, like I said, they hire a lot of these talents because, like I said, he still got control of the music. So now, like I said, he get to dictate whatever he wants to the point, like I said, you got a lot of talented artists out there, but they're not gonna sign him.
Well, he go where the money go.
Yeah.
People not buying that rap shit like that. He ain't gonna sign you. He gonna sign you. Don't give it. If we here long enough, Afro beats, they'll be stripping naked.
Yeah, they gonna slap some wickedness.
And you gotta think, he already put the damage in on Jake over here. He just been doing it since 80. When did NWA come out? 83, 85? 85. NWA came out in 85. That's 30 plus years of fucking nigga, killing nigga.
Black culture.
Black culture. So he cause we go to Psalms 83, let it be known that the house of Israel will be no more, roughly paraphrasing. He done did the work over here, so he could go to Africa as long as the money is lucrative and it's generating and keeping them rich, they straight.
Well, that's why they had that 50th anniversary of
Yeah.
But did y'all see how pathetic Jake looked?
You got these niggas that was ready to kill each other 10 years ago. Now they hugged up on stage. You got 50th Fat Jones. You know what I mean? Because he done did his job already.
They don't even look right now.
I know, right.
But to show you how fucked up black culture is, you got this guy Melly Mel. Eminem put out a diss. This nigga Melly Mel actually dissed this nigga back, but the nigga dissed him doing the boom bap 80s shit. It was a minute song of him
On the message type.
The nigga said 7, 6, 5, 4 to Eminem. And he had to apologize. He's like, I don't know where my head was at.
Demon on you.
That black culture.
Yeah, he trying to rap his Curtis Blow flow. Furious 4 plus 1 more.
See, that's the thing with this kingdom, and I'm gonna give it back to bros. But it's trendy. The clothes change, the music. The kingdom's not gonna be like that. Everything is so flimsy here. You know, they go with the trend. Oh, this is popular. I'm gonna wear that. Oh, this is popular. I'm gonna listen to that. Shit is bullshit.
This boxer hot now. This rapper's hot now. This thing's hot now. And then they destroy that the other person. Like 50 and Ja Rule. Fuck Ja. Everybody know they listen to VDVDV Ja Rule. They should stop playing.
Ja Rule was the first Drake. Ja Rule was the first Drake.
He had that shit on law.
Singing rapper.
Before 50 came, he had that shit on law.
Then when 50 came, 50 Cent, fuck Ja Rule.
But now, Salakia, like the brother said, so flimsy. When somebody was hot, they was hot for a period of time. Somebody could be hot this week. What's it? August? By December, they're nobody, yo. That's how another reason why you know we almost out here. There's no longevity in any. Like Abaya brought out. Back when we was coming up, you couldn't come out the house with some tight ass jeans. You getting bombed on. Watch how many Jake. You see it. We just seen Lenny Kravitz just walk by with the medal and everything. You might see a Jake dressed like me. And you might see a Jake with some ski board pants, bell bottom shit.
Or you may see another Jake. This nigga stuck in 02.
They trying to bring 200 back.
Like, oh, we all talking about. So we gotta get to the gate.
And nigga weighs a 30. You had 46 pants. It was a white flag.
The dude hanging out the hand. It's confusion. It's the ball, man.
Because we were trying to bring that, like I said, we were trying to bring the 90s back, they did other stuff.
But the point the brother's going into, because we spoke in this a previous week, This how you know it's the end, because instead of seeing one set style, you're seeing it all mixed.
everything.
Somebody got the skinny, somebody got the baggy.
It's a melting pot.
It's a melting pot of confusion.
Yeah.
In the kingdom, we gonna have garments. They're gonna be fly shit, but it's gonna be garments.
That's gonna be-
They're gonna change year after year.
We ain't gotta have no short garments or no skinny garments.
There's gonna be an order that's gonna set.
And it's gonna be in our inward parts.
That's right.
You know?
That's why the scriptures tell you falling out of multitude of evil. These people here, man, they all over the place. They toss to and fro, but everywhere we're doctrine. You know, if you ain't grounded in your Yahweh Shine in the scriptures, man, hey, you a bug out, man.
It's like you look at other boxers from other countries, there people wholeheartedly like support them,
Yeah.
regardless of losses.
Yeah, you can.
Like now all of a sudden it's a fuck Errol Spence now.
Yeah.
Like
he wasn't just a man.
Like this nigga won't beat your ass
Exactly.
with Crocs on.
Yeah.
This nigga beat your ass with Crocs on, but now you know, there's no respect.
10 seconds. Woo! You somewhere
Like,
asleep.
damn. One loss.
Somewhere counting sheep.
Now all of a sudden, tell brother, yeah, fuck Spence.
Yeah.
My God, now everything like Mimi was spinning.
Bandwagon.
Like,
That's all
God
it is.
damn.
Bandwagon. Bandwagon.
People are fickle.
Yeah.
Bandwagon. That's all it is.
Continue on. Verse 13, last verse. Got it.
You're talking about music, right? 1 Samuel 16:23. And it came to pass when the evil spirit from the Most High was on Saul, that David took in heart and played it with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well.
All right, man. Maybe y'all did, but I ain't never had no harp in the crib.
You know?
You know what I'm saying? The most I had was a harmonica. You know what I'm saying? That's how far we fallen from our culture. Jake is looking at a fucking harp. Get your bitch ass out of here, nigga.
Yep.
But you don't understand the levels to that.
Butter knives in the kitchen table.
Yeah, like look at Andre 3 Stacks. He walk around with the flute. Everybody look at him as a weirdo. But he walk around giving a peaceful vibe now. Peaceful vibe. You ever hear flute? Who want to get angry after somebody play the flute? Right? And I'm like, all right.
And he was like right there in front. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. It was like so peaceful.
But that makes sense. And go back to black culture, because you're right about, you will get joked. I used to play all type of instruments, and people playing like the clarinet or something, or violin, you will get clowned. I remember this one dude had the big cello. But he stopped walking home. Well, the shit was so big anyway, but you know, they clowning him because he playing a big ass cello. You know? But you get clowned for shit like that. That keeps you far away. That keeps you on a low vibration, black culture.
Exactly.
Remember, everybody know that old nigga told me go to fight. That's why I got to my situation. A young knight with the fucking niggas dome. No, that's Simeon.
Okay.
But that's some nigga music too.
Reggaeton.
Dembo, and that's how you know we're in the end times too, because Dembo was like forbidden music. All the tribes knew. You know, it's like Dembo, wow, crazy and shit. And now that shit's like number one. It's growing up, you know. But you know, that reggaeton, man, that was always. They even tell you certain clubs will call you to tell you, and they don't want that shit on club joint. It's gonna bring problems.
And that means lawsuits, money coming out of their pockets. They don't. That's why them bouncers are so aggressive to get you up out of there when you start acting crazy. They're gonna get you out of there quick. Oh, you fucking up the money?
No. Finish out here. It says, so Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him.
Yeah, there you go. That just shows you. Yeah, the power of music, the power of these vibrations, you know. Yeah, it brings a whole different, energy. It changes the mindset.
Yeah, you get dressed, put on your nice clothes, you go out evening, you go out to wine and dine, but you go to the club and hear murder music over there.
I know, right?
So how can you wind down when all you hear is
That's that mixture.
It don't stab them.
Yeah.
It don't, because really.
Now you slide into your good clothes.
That's the brother from the apostle be going in. The brother from Mississippi pointed out how rap music has destroyed us. Because, like you just said, it doesn't make sense why you would put on your best clothes to go among some niggas that all they hearing is murder music. So going to look good to hear some fighting music.
3-6-9.
Shoot a nigga. I hated 3-6 Mafia.
You funny.
I hated 3-6 Mafia.
I like Project That. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Shut the door.
That shit, that down south shit, with 8-Ball, NJG.
Yeah.
That was some nigga shit.
That's in the trap.
That big, what was it? 8-ball, big fat ass coming out there.
It's like, all you heard was just beat up there.
That's how inside
Hey, what's that nigga?
Scrappy.
No. The fattest one of them all.
Bone Crusher.
Bone Crusher.
Oh, that was straight. How many niggas got knocked out to that song?
What's the other dude?
That sound like some shit.
Never scared.
What's the other dude? Pastor Troy.
Oh, we ready.
Ain't no more playing GA.
Yeah, we ready.
Go. You know how many songs that cleared out? Somebody, what the fuck was you say? Ain't no more.
Lil Jon
Niggas
wasn't.
are throwing up shit.
Lil Jon wasn't instigating ass.
Fuck
dumb niggas on Sunshine. You trying to kill me.
Nothing. You booked it.
I mean, we having fun, but at the end of the day, that black culture led to nothing but demise.
And that was straight women in that shit. That's all women. That's all women.
Then Boosie came.
Oh yeah, man.
He said, I bust your head.
It's like
shit was
I
bad.
understand that nigga, man.
it's not the way you said it though. You said it, but you got it back. You sound like that.
We're back to scriptures, but yeah, that's straight. That's why we say fuck black culture. That's one of the main reasons why we say we not black. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
There's a stigmatism that comes with that. That's why they made those constructs. That's why they made those constructs. You know, Esau put on him a white. Put on us black because a white it symbolizes purity. Black symbolizes, you know, a low down, dirty Negro.
And Slovakia, 1886, am I right? That's Bacon's Rebellion. That's when they made it legal. Because before then, there was no white and no black.
Right.
There was no white and no black. But our people was knocking the women down and taking their women so much that they had to put a stop to it. So if you check Bacon's Rebellion, you'll see they said, hold on, we gotta come to. They actually had like a court meeting on this and adjourned that they're white and we're black.
You know? And if I may say this, when you look at the Mariners law, when you consider yourself black, you're not considering yourself a nation. So you fall under a people of nothingness.
That's in him. That's in him.
Yeah, right.
Psalms 83.
Yeah, so when you look at the Mariners Law Dictionary, because it came out on TikTok, where when you fill out your own application, it says black, Hispanic, this, that, or the other, you're not being specific on who you are. So when you call yourself black, when you fill out that application, you're voiding your nationality. Well, a lot of people don't know that, but you have to know what your nationality is. In our case, we're Israelites, right? So if you go Israelites, now you are declaring a nationality. But when you check black, there's a reason why they just have black, white, this, that,
Native
or the other.
American,
Right.
Alaskan.
Right, exactly. Because you're not being specific on who your true nationality is. So now you're a void or a nothingness in terms of the law. That's why, you know, like when you go into a courtroom, it's already against you. You actually have to prove that you're innocent before they can actually prove that you're guilty.
Even though if they lie, everything they do is upside down. What they can tell you, you're innocent, you're guilty.
And that's bullshit. So when you walk into a courtroom and you look at the flag, and if the flag has, you know, like the fringes on it, you are being judged based on the maritime law. You're not based on the Constitution. The flags without the little fringes are based on the Constitution. The ones that have the fringes, you're being judged based on the Mariners law, and we don't know the Mariners law.
Right. Hey, I ain't know that, brother.
Come.
Finish it up. Then I'm gonna in that he said a new covenant he had made the first old, now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to to vanish away.
That's it. The old covenant's gonna vanish away. We're not gonna be going off no more. You know, and we're not gonna technically need sacrifices anymore. You know, not the nation of Israel, the other nations will. You know, but we're not gonna need to do certain things anymore. That's why in the kingdom it's gonna be on a whole another level. You know, it's not gonna be like the first covenant that was made with us. You know, as the brothers keep saying, it's gonna be in our inward part. We're not gonna need to teach our neighbors anymore. You know, we're not gonna need to tell our brothers. We're not gonna need to tell our brothers you're an Israelite. You know, you want some water, bro?
Oh, yes, sir. You said Israelites when you walked up? Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Thank y'all so much.
All right, man.
Love you, peace.
All right, man. You got it, bro. Yeah, you got it.
Israelites be my brother.
All right, Romans 8. I'm going to go ahead and start at 1. There is no
The
condemnation.
kingdom for the meek, man. It ain't for these niggas that walk. Those are the type of Jason Lord.
So y'all the Israelites?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Blowing shit in your face.
He'll say, he be the one. Yeah, I did all that.
Yeah.
I did all that. It says, Romans 8:1. There is no condemnation now for those who live in union with Hamashiach Yahushua. For the law of the Spirit, which brings us life in union with Hamashiach Yahushua, has set me free from the law of sin and death.
Hey, that's what we're getting. We're getting eternal life. You know, hey, we not gonna what's that?
Oh, this
scripture where it
temporary.
says the last enemy to be conquered was death. You know, with Bubba can shop for brother can find it. Because we not gonna be thinking about it because sins are the wages of death. You know, hey, so with the law written in our inward part, we're gonna be a complete correlation with the Heavenly Father. He's not gonna be looking at us like in disappointment anymore. He's gonna be like, okay, that's my people. You know,
Another thing too, see, the 2/3 are going to get judged by the Lord.
that's it.
We're not going to be judged by the Lord. And that's what Yahushua being a sacrifice made us do. And sometimes, yes, we do slip and mess up. And another time too, you know, right prior to us waking up, we was indulging in all that adultery, you know, murder, whatever. But you know, Lord wiped us, gave us a clean new slate, Yahushua. So now no more. Now, if according, yes, we would have been put to death by the law, but through Yahushua, they winked at us grace.
First Corinthians,
You know, even though Scripture says, though we under grace, do we continue to sin?
Yep.
yeah, exactly.
Most I forbid, meaning no.
Yeah.
You know, we're not supposed to sin.
That's why up here we don't fully we teach the law for sure, but we always say, you know, you do it to the best of your ability. Because if we telling somebody they can keep the law 100%, but they need the law, what was the point for of our Lord? You know, you going completely adverse to the way the Lord set up this program. You know,
And remember, like think about it, right? For as Yahushua being that sacrificial lamb, I mean, can you imagine, you know, telling the Jake, man, you gotta go get the lamb. And you gotta make a sacrifice. Every time you slip or mess up.
Right.
Nah, it's not about that no more. Especially in come on, look where we at. Esau will make a law. You can't if I saw with a lamb, I'm gonna get locked up.
Right, yeah.
So, you know, you just think that's why you really gotta, you know, really thank Yahweh Shah what Yahweh did. So now we can actually just pray for forgiveness. But again, like the brother opened up with, that's why you have to make your body a living sacrifice. You really gotta be into this, man.
Right.
You really gotta put yourself up there. Because just like Yahweh Shah made the prayer in the Garden of Gethsemane, he looked, he wanted another route, but he understood the will. Same thing as us, man. Of course, we probably want another way of doing this, but no, we couldn't. So we have to be out here. We have to sacrifice a lot of things to be out here, and that's what the Lord looks at. See, everybody else, they're showing you what their time, what's more important in their time, the leisures of this place.
If I may, like the brother Ash brought out, this thing of balance. Because there's times where we don't want to come out here because our bodies physically don't want. There was time me and him, we both was on E. We was, I mean, depleted. And I'm like, and we had to open up, remember? And I was like, look, we just gonna, do the spin. And before before you know it, we were straight.
5 minutes in,
So that's the beautiful. Yeah, it's suffering, but it's still beautiful on the other side, man. And we want to do this, like I brought out earlier, man. I feel good when I'm with my brothers, man. The hell I'm personally right now catching around these niggas, family and shit. I feel at home with my brothers, yo. You know? So
We should appreciate that, man, and mints, man.
So it says,
What that 1 Corinthians?
Yeah, real quick.
Yep,
Just
yep,
real quick.
Yep. 1 Corinthians 15 and 26. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death.
Yeah, and that's when we in the kingdom, man. When we living, you know, we not toiling and tilling the ground no more for these other nations. You know, we'll be at rest. You know, our tears gonna be wiped away. You know, joy. You know, hey, we gonna learn. We gonna have within us the way to dictate our family structure, to handle brothers, to handle commerce amongst brothers, to handle commerce amongst the other nations. Hey, the Lord gonna set us up on a whole nother level on top of eternal life. You know, and we wholeheartedly believe that. You know, people think, people's I'm just, you know, people in the world, you know, because they do their day-to-day, they go to work, come home, go back, same old process until they die. You know, and we know that that's not life.
That's not life.
You know, that's not life at all. You know, you got it.
man, that's why Jake is always running some shit. They don't know how to sit still sometimes. You know, they basically escaping themselves, have to look at themselves.
Yeah.
They face their problems.
Yeah.
Especially these old chicks sometimes, you know what I'm saying? When they be 60,
That's why-
I'm like,
that's why-
my body working.
That's why the 50-year-old nigga woman is still in the lounges, the clubs. You know, this brother got the same. Man, go home. It's the worst thing you
go
see.
bake some rolls or some
You
shit.
got some grandkids that come for you morning.
Well, she in the club competing with her.
I know, right?
Look, when I like, at least in our generation, the women we was dealing with, they kids was home with their mom.
Right.
Now they got the kid that's not even grown watching the baby while.
The teenager.
Or you had an 18, 19-year-old daughter twerking on the mama.
Right? Yeah, oh yeah, you'll
And
see
Northern
that. The
Kingdom
woman,
doing
yeah,
it. And Northern
All
Kingdom
those mother
doing it
daughter
too.
trends they got going on.
See, what the thing about it is too, you could possibly have just as many demons at home than you do in the street.
Yeah, that's true.
So when you do go home, you're still fighting even more demons because now you got to deal with your husband, you got to deal with your kids who are wicked, you got to deal with the pictures on the wall. You know, so Jake can't win unless they turn to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, it's the only way out.
It talks about
So-
your foes being in your household. Yeah.
If I may, so I found that a lot of people, older people anyway, when they do go out, they actually go out to escape what they are living with.
Yeah,
day
the
to
problems
day
at
at
home.
Yeah, so
But the thing about it, like we pointed out yesterday, once they're done, they gotta go back to those problems.
exactly.
Like, for instance, you know, grandma, big mama always said, don't say nothing. Well, the problem ain't gonna go away if you don't fucking say nothing.
That's right.
Big mama know, you know, that nigga selling, slinging in the game, all in the house. But if you say something, don't say nothing. Don't put it all in God's hands. But I hear that, but his niggas come to the crib shooting it up.
What's the old saying in the movie? He said everybody's saying be cool. Oh shit, we be too cool. We gon' lose. You know what I mean? And that's right.
Everybody
A closed
wanna
mouth
hear
don't get
cool
fed.
shit.
Right. A closed mouth don't get fed, man.
Yeah.
You know, you got it. And that's what this world. Everybody goes with the program. Nobody speaks against this bullshit ass king. You know what I mean?
But that went back to, you know, we had men in the house. When they were trying to direct their household to get peace.
James Evans.
Yeah, Big Mom would say, nah, don't say nothing. Because, again, a woman, they're not for, you know, having peace. Maybe letting shit go by, maybe it'll work itself out some miraculous way. But, you know, it takes, you know, putting the foot down and rectifying shit, you know, things.
Right.
But the thing about it, see, since it's been matriarchal in the household fucked up, man. So as a man that now a lot of time when a man gets with his woman now, the problem is the household.
Yeah, because the Heavenly Father didn't set it up for the woman to rule over the man. And all through this world, everybody listening to their damn mother, their auntie, their grandma, their woman. How the hell is anything going to be in order? You take an order from a woman. They don't know what they want. Yeah. And like you said, Big Mama's son, Boo Boo, been in jail. He a 3-time convicted felon, predicate felon, and he known for doing nothing but wickedness. Oh, not my baby.
Hey, you don't get that in the house. The nigga can't cut the grass.
Right.
But when you say something, Big Mama say, don't say nothing. This don't say nothing. Sometimes let this grown nigga just sit up. Man, get the fuck out of here. They gotta go.
Yeah, don't work, don't eat.
Yep. Got a real quick one.
Yeah.
It's Matthew 10:34. It says, "Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword." And this ultimately talking about the men that's really rooted and grounded in this truth. You know, we realize the family we got is the men that are doing the work. You know, okay. Because other than that, everybody's feeble. They subject to change. You know, hey, that go to your children. That go to your mother, your father. Let this thing jump off. You know, and there's no food in their refrigerator. You know, they're threatened with their livelihood. You need to forget about it, man. These people gonna turn on.
They're gonna be the first ones.
They're gonna be the first
You
ones
gotta
to
remember how they treated you when you first found out you was young child.
Crazy.
You know, they trifling. They gonna they fuck around, try to sneak some fucking pork in your food.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Anything, yeah.
Don't forget about the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It says, "For I come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household."
Now, why did he say that? Because it's easy if you went to your family and told them the truth when you first woke up, and they said, "Okay, we believe in that." That's too easy. It's too comfortable. The Lord can't try you like that. He can't test you like that. That's why Christianity is a joke. Everybody sit at the dinner table, "I'm a Christian," but they're hypocrites. But when you go to your family and say, "Hey, look what I read in the scriptures. What the fuck is this? This is demonic." Now you gotta go through that. That's how the Lord loves stuff like that. Hey, remember Abraham? Abraham had to leave everything, his father, everything.
You gotta remember how the Lord always kept. Like remember when we used to drive other nations out, the Lord allowed certain nations to stand by. Basically keep Jacob with a challenge. So the Lord loves challenge, man. And that's the thing about you know how what's the word? Jake love drama, bro. The Lord like drama.
We get it from the Lord.
Yeah, we get it here, you know. It's all about drama. It's all about, but it's how your mind acts within the drama.
You can't have a movie without drama.
Yeah.
You gotta have drama. But we ain't talking about the nigga drama. We talking about you gotta have a plot. The Lord has a plot. He has his antagonist. He has his protagonist. Within that, you got drama occurring. He got his extras. You say you may see a nigga get hit by a car. That's extra. Let the multitude perish as born and raised. That's the Lord's movie. But the main character, this right here, the angels watching this like with gold. It's the movie right here. The prophets on that, because they understand what this is. Those are they that have come out of great tribulation. So they like these up.
Yeah, they ain't worried about villain number 2. You know, at the end of the credits, they don't even got no name. You know, Walker number 2. You know what I mean?
Drug dealers on the block.
The niggas are extras. You watch a movie, you don't feel no compassion for the niggas that shot up. That's extras. You feel compassion when the main character goes
My nigga.
That's how it is.
Woman of dudes that be walking. You don't even look at them.
How many times you go back to the whole movie and realize that nobody in the movie now he's a main character in the movie. And you done seen this movie 10 times and you didn't even know. I didn't even realize that was Samuel L. Jackson in Coming to America until I got older when he was.
McDonald's.
Yeah, man, I didn't know that. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
So the Lord only shows mercy and compassion to the main characters. He don't give a fuck about the extras. That's how it is.
You know, a lot of those movies are casting in either LA or New York. Nobody worry about them motherfuckers that just be walking.
They give them like a quick $50. Come in here and walk over here. They do it in Richmond too.
Yeah, like what's that TV show they doing in Richmond?
What they doing?
With Ice Cube's son.
Oh, that's in Richmond?
Yeah, that's in Richmond.
I don't know what the name of it is.
I forgot but they doing all in Richmond.
Yeah, Richmond always had movies.
Yeah, they all just
back in the day when I was coming up in Richmond, you could look in the newspaper and they'd like be an extra in the movie. $20, $20.
Nobody care about them.
Right.
You just an extra.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You look at all the people that died on the Titanic.
Exactly.
You don't hear about them people.
Yeah.
You hear about the rich ones though.
The elites, right?
Right. 9/11.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he'll take his own out if he could.
Facts.
You know what I mean? He'll take his own out. That's how you know he the devil.
Yeah, all those are extras. Let's get rid of them. We got a purpose.
He's a madman sparing none.
Right. Right.
Yeah, in the movie, you got the guy saving the day. The extras don't know what the fuck going on.
Right.
He on a special mission.
Right.
Y'all don't even consider that this nigga about to save the earth. They just that's what's going
Oh
on.
yeah, this was funny to get skit. Remember Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
When they used to go fight on the Earth, and they'd be in the city. When
yeah.
Android, the first androids came in.
Yep.
That's a Dragon Ball Z brother right there.
Which one? Remember
1920.
Gohan and Goku and Vegeta came when the first android.
Android 16 and
The
17.
old man and the fat one.
Yeah.
Them niggas went on the Earth, and everybody else like, what's going on? You don't remember them. All you remember is the androids and the Z fighters. That's it. You don't remember the extra episodes.
Remember, y'all tell you that.
Nobody ever
You
talked
died
about
the first
Yeah,
place.
nobody. You got it, bro.
Come. Jeremiah 3:14. Turn, O backsliding children, said the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion.
Yeah, what shows you that the Lord ain't grabbing the whole family up. You know, he gonna grab one of a city, two of a family. You know, hey, so that shows you a 2/3. They even damn near extras on this side. You know,
The Christians use that scripture to talk about the rapture. The preacher,
Oh,
y'all niggas ain't going nowhere.
Still talking about shit.
Nigga think his shoes gonna be left. He just nigga.
That's why it's so rare. That's why it's so rare.
They
It's so
still
beautiful
talking about
when
the
you
rap
see like two brothers in a camp.
They never gonna give
doing the same, because it's rare that you have another family member that believe in the truth. So when you see two brothers, you know, we know a few brothers in camps. That man, you can't tell me that ain't another fake booster right there. Hold on, it's two of you. What?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Remember when he shit on The Simpsons? That was funny.
yeah.
See, but the thing too also is Yahweh Shem Yahushua might give you a family to give you help. You know? He might give you that wife that'll nag all the fucking time and do demonic shit, and that daughter that's a fucking witch, and that son that's just a demon. You know? And that may be your trial. You know? The scriptures say that, you know, the house will be divided. You know? How you deal with it in the spirit is what matters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because even the scriptures tell you not to be a lion in your house, and that's mainly just to protect you, because the Lord said He gonna set at variance you against your family, you know. But you got to know how to keep that meek and humble spirit. That's our biggest battle on this side, you know, just keeping our integrity, staying meek, staying humble, you know.
Oh, let me say this one last thing. And the Lord will always give you a way to escape.
That's it.
Always give you that way to escape. You just got to recognize it through the spirit.
Come. Yep. And if you are all bent out of shape and hot-headed, and you have to be emotional for sure in this thing, you know, but overly emotional to where it's deterring your actions, you know, and that's when you get thrown off, you know. That's why we do this thing and we just watch and observe, you know. The only thing we are to do is to watch and proclaim the things that are happening, you know. Like you was bringing out last week, that tough got stuff out the window. Ain't no point trying to be tough. Let everybody have it, you know.
You got it.
None of that stuff matters, man. None of that's gonna get. We know what's to come, you know. So we know the only way that's gonna get us out of that is salvation. You know, the strangers of the salvation of that. You know, people don't. Christians don't even understand that. You know, they don't understand the church. They don't understand the mystery and the mind and the heart of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We're the men after Yahweh Shem Yahushua's heart.
Right.
And if I may say this too, you really got to be cognizant of your emotions, because you can actually let one situation determine the outcome of another situation. So that's why when you read the scriptures of the men of old, you know, you really didn't hear too much about their emotions other than the fact that they were angry in some cases. But nonetheless, you really got to keep your emotions in check, because it can mess up areas.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to be very careful on how you carry yourself when you start dealing with your emotions. You got to check yourself. You got to constantly work on that. You know, because the times that's coming, we are going to need everybody. You know, and it's going to be emotional. But our emotions should be overcome by our spirits. You know? So I just wanted to say that.
That's why the scriptures tell you it's a time and a place for all things. You know? The time to show on. It's a time to cry, time to sob, time to heal, time to kill. You know? And the times they're bringing right now.
What you be working, brother?
Huh?
You be at work, brother? You be at work?
Oh no. Come check out.
No, I'm saying because you always come, we get ready to wrap up. You always come.
Ain't nothing wrong.
I just don't want you to be missing. Come all the way out here and then we leave.
I stay right downtown the road.
Yeah, we usually start around like 4:35. So.
I watching y'all videos, see y'all that
The scriptures tell you, when they bring a prophet's water, will see a prophet's reward. You know? Hey, so they.
Want that?
Yeah, you can go ahead and bring it out. Yeah. See prophet's reward. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
It was a cup of water.
It says, I got it. St. Matthew 10:41. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receiveth a righteous man, receive a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous reward. Verse 42. And whosoever shall give to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water, only in the name of disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward.
There you go. So it's all about just the intentions at the end of the day. You know, and what your intentions are in this truth. You know, because everybody don't get the same lot. You know, everybody's not set up to come out and to be a prophet or set up to be a teacher. You know, there's believers. You know, and then
that don't count for you niggas at home saying I'm not a prophet.
If the spirit's on you,
that don't count.
And you know how to put precepts together. Hey, by all means, you better get out there and teach because the Lord will hold you accountable, man.
Right.
You know, if you can do it, hey, do it. If you can't,
Find a camp or something.
That's it.
Right.
Find a camp. You know, like I say, like I said, we got camps throughout the whole close of the goal, especially in 2023.
Hey,
No excuse.
And we know Jay. Now, if there's a camp an hour away, you can get there.
Yeah.
Now, if it was a shorty out there.
Yeah.
She'll give you that pussy.
Yeah.
You're lucky out.
I've seen it.
You ready?
I've seen it. He was drunk and drove 3.5 hours.
Hey, the phone.
Rain on snow.
Hey, the
Rain
phone
on
right
snow.
here. He like this. She ready? You eating for that 3 hours. You ready? I'm coming right now.
5 minutes a section.
Yeah, I know.
3 hours.
You help on the damn plane. but on a serious note, shit, you know, when we came here, it wasn't as big as it is now, but when I heard about the truth, I didn't know it was no camps around, so I just said, I'm going out.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck
real.
you niggas. Then I seen the brothers of Richmond. I said, that's the mindset you gotta have coming in the truth.
Yeah.
An hour and a half every week.
Yeah, that's the mindset you gotta have. So you guys ain't got no excuses, man.
But if it wasn't for that, though, I wouldn't have found you, brother.
Hey, what are you doing in all these things? You know, with that, hey, thank you for the water, bro. Hey, man, how much you shall increase you.
I watched our video. And the last time he told me 6 o'clock, I thought I was kind of early today.
Yeah, we moved it up. My fault, brother. We moved it up.
You got it.
It says, going back to Romans 8:4. He says, verse 3. What the law could not do because, I'm going to use their term, human nature was weak, but Howard did. He condemned sin in human nature by sending his own son. He came with the nature like our sinful nature to do away with sin.
What we were talking about all day. Hey, we are programmed to just have a sinful nature on this side. You know, there's nothing we can do about it. That's why we teach. Keep the law to the best of your ability for sure. Hey, but you gotta believe. You gotta kiss the sun. Let's be angry.
Go back to that fight.
Yeah.
Drama.
Yeah.
That fight, that flesh. It's always a battle. That's why the scripture said we call it more than conquerors. Because you gotta remember. That's why if you're in this truth, you really like fighting. Something like fighting, like thing that's gonna enhance your mental. You know, that's why in general we love like physical sports, fighting. You know, altercation, because you know it is this flesh is an altercation. It fucks with us. We slip sometimes. So again, we should love the battle. We should what boxing, UFC, etc. Because it's all about a fight. You should when you wake up in the morning, when you get set, that come on, man. If you're fighting, of course you're gonna get tired, but you got to know to help. You got to find out the thing that's gonna help you increase your endurance.
Stick and move,
Yeah,
stick and
stick
move.
and move. Yep.
Oh, it's crazy. Like I said, if you can mow aside, like I said, even the cells in our body fight off parasites.
Yeah,
And then,
T cells.
Yeah, T cells. It's crazy. It's
And that's
bad
beautiful you said that. So even in your own body, it fights. That's why you got to even drink the juices and take care of your body and give them the nutrients they need to fight off bad cells. Same thing with the outward. You need in your mental. You need to do things that's going to help you fight this battle.
If I can add to your diet, it's important. You see, certain things you eat could change your spirit.
A lot of sugar fucks you up.
Yeah.
See, that's why Esau knew to make hey, Jake loves sugar, candy, sweets, sugary juices, soda, all that pasta, rice.
Just a quick testimony shit, because I've been eating my diet is like crazy now, real clean. But the day of atonement yesterday, you know, I worked, I was walking in the heat, bro. Straight.
I was good too.
And even after, and I was like, oh yeah, because last day of atonement, that shit had kind of fuck with me.
Yeah.
So your dad, bro, like you eat good, power up, you be straight. Even today, like when I woke up, I wasn't even hungry. I'm like, so it reset to where I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? So that's important.
Teachers have to uphold the herbs. You know, they're there for a reason. You know, because like you said, there's even a battle in the body. You know, so you need these kind of things. The Lord said He will give you, He said in Genesis, you know, a fruit after this kind. You know, producing seed that should be meat to you. It's gonna be good for you. You know, that's why we use the herbs. That's why they put on us anyways to get the herbs because you know.
Remember, always remember this. There's a reason why the Lord gave us animals to eat that doesn't eat meat.
Come.
He gave us clean animals.
See.
And remember, all the animals, some of the big, strongest animals eat what? Grass. So this, you know, this is not a normal society. You go to the other country, they don't sit there and go to McDonald's in the morning, get them a fucking hot table, bacon, egg, and whatever. They eat fruit. They don't eat at all until lunch. Later throughout the day.
If I can add on too, breakfast. Breakfast, you're breaking the fast. You're not supposed to have a full course meal for breakfast, man. And overseas, they do like a
No, I was just saying you're supposed to eat something healthy that's going to activate your system. You know, like real quick, just because you eat a fruit or vegetable, you need to know the time in the day when to eat it. It's good to eat apples early in the day. It's not good to eat an apple late at night when you're about to lay down. All the acid. Now you wonder why you got acid reflux. You know, they got certain things, certain foods like kiwi. You can eat kiwis at a certain time of the day that help you rest. You know, you got to really. This thing is so beautiful now that we're in the truth. We have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It's not just on not breaking the law. Also about how to eat, how to consume stuff. Energy. Real quick, and y'all got it. I broke my Day of Atonement, the fast. I was when sundown went out. I went and got a real smoothie, all fruits. Boom. Waited a minute, then I ate some solid food. Today, at work, instead of getting something to eat, I got another smoothie. I ain't need nothing. I'm still not hungry. I'm still good.
You're good.
Because it's real fruits. You don't need sugar to eat sweet shit. You eat the right stuff, it's going to come sweet.
That's why when you look at how Esau broke down, you know, how to sell sweets. That's why they had all the candy.
And now this fucking
you're real sweet.
now this fucking devil, now he put some, we already know the fruits GMO. They got fucking grapes taste like fucking cotton candy now.
Hey, even red grapes. You got the red cotton candy. This shit wicked.
It's hard to find a watermelon with seeds.
Yeah, right. And if you find a good watermelon seeds, it might not be sweet. You gotta really pick through the pack. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you see, real quick, Apostle Tahar, he showed you that blend he did with the watermelon when he broke the Day of Atonement. Oh man, he put the whole thing in. Man. He put the rind, the skin.
That's good for
Yeah, you know that.
That rind, it holds a lot of chlorophyll. You know that stuff that you know what I'm saying. Those greens that you really need to reproduce those red blood cells.
chlorophyll spirulina.
Yep, that's it.
It's good for the green that you need in your body.
Oh, one more thing, real quick, and we go back. Because Eve did all this bullshit, because a lot of apples and all, they coated with wax. There's a way you need to clean your fruit. That baking soda is very key. You throw baking soda and water with vinegar and wash it around. Number one, you're going to see the parasites come out your fruits. And you're going to see all that wax and all that bullshit color that they put on it. That's just going to come off. So if you got time, rinse your vegetables and fruit with baking soda and vinegar.
And this old Jake on my road, he be hooking me up. He got a farm in his backyard. So he hooked me up every day. The first time he gave me something, he said, non-GMO, no pesticides. And he gave tomatoes, peppers, pears, all types of things.
Yeah, because it's sad that you can try to eat healthy in this damn piece of shit we live in, but you still could be put on harm to you because the devil done put so much bullshit on you. You know?
Yeah, he's splicing everything, mixing seed. You know, and that's why the Lord told us not to do those things. It don't carry the same energy it did once you start to mix certain seeds together. You know,
the
now
fuck is a
you want to splice, you want to splice all kinds of animals and fruits and vegetables.
And that's what the Lord calls us babes, because what a baby do is it continues to grow up. So you learn as you go in the truth, just like you would learn in the world. So you can't expect a guy that's not in the truth to just immediately know what you know. You gotta have patience. You gotta have temperance. That's what the word temperance means. Because a lot of times you want to be like, man, that ain't no. We was like that too. we still we just now getting out. I mean, look at our elders. You know what I'm saying? They just now doing other stuff. So it's a constant, gradual process in everything. Every aspect, leadership, following, teaching, studying, prayer. Every what's the word I'm looking for? Every aspect of the truth, we all sharpen, and we're growing more and more as the longer we're here. So we all have shortcomings, but as long as you're growing like a child does, you fall, scrape your knee, you do better, and keep growing.
That's why the scripture says, you don't want to grow up to be a child, roughly paraphrasing. What is that? When the child I spoke as a child, when I for adult, put away childish things. You're not supposed to be still crawling. Babies crawl. You're not supposed to be a grown ass man crawling. You're supposed to be walking. You know, but that takes steps. You know, because you even got to be taught to walk. You know, when somebody has a baby, they hold them up. Then the baby gets better. They fall some time. They start running. You got to be taught that. Same thing in this, man. You know,
I had to get put in the walker.
Yeah, that's right. That's the men that the Lord build up. You know, the ones that are desiring the sincere milk. That's how the Lord builds you up. Yeah, you can bring it up.
Bring that out earlier, right?
Yeah.
1 Peter 2:2, as newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby.
You may grow thereby. That's the only way you're gonna grow. That's the way you become a man. You brought it out earlier. What's the whole duty of man? They fear the Most High, keeping His commandments. This is how we really truly became a man. And I can say I completely 100% agree. You know, because I won't shit. My understanding level, I had an understanding of this world. I was dumb, man. I ain't had no understanding. You know, I was going with the motions. I was tossed to and fro. You know, following the multitude of the people. You know, I had no kind of understanding. You know, but hey, you come into this, you learn tremendous amounts of knowledge. And that's why we continue on, because we know, hey, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah. That's it. We go, hey, there's more to come. You got it.
All right. More. That's it. I'm going back to one day before. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua did this so that the righteous demands of the law might be fully satisfied in us who live according to the Spirit. And not according to human nature.
That's it. That's what you was talking about earlier. Hey, the spirit warring against the flesh. And we got to continuously try to build ourselves up in the spirit, you know? Because we going to be changed in a twinkling of an eye. These bodies ain't coming with us, so we might as well build up the spirit that's within this vessel, you know? And hope you found the Lord find favor within you. You got it right.
This is the boot camp.
Yeah, yes, there you go. Hey, this is you're right. This is the boot camp. You know, this is what they send those soldiers off to first. Basic training. Yeah,
South Carolina.
Yeah. This is basic
Yeah,
training.
they give you the ski ball, straight to the ground.
Yep. Which is spiritual, because you clear off your head in the time of mourning. Yeah? So we spiritually we shaved our head. We mourning. You know.
Those who live as their human nature tells them to have their minds controlled by what human nature wants. Those who live as the Spirit tells them to have their minds controlled by what the Spirit wants. To be controlled by human nature results in death. To be controlled by the Spirit results in life and peace.
Yeah, when you roll in the Spirit slot, when Satan tempt you, you already know. Hold on, that's Satan, man. And wisdom lets you know. Hold on. This ain't even vibing with my vibration, right? Hold on. You know what I mean?
It says, to be controlled, verse 7. And so people become enemies of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh, and they are controlled by their human nature.
Because a lot of people seem to think that they have free will, and that's a big misconception. We know that we're guided through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. Every move we make was ordained by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh, and not our flesh. You know what I'm saying? So 2/3 are going to be led by the flesh. They're going to want to eat, they're going to want protection, they're going to want this, they're going to want that. But we up here are going to be led through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh through the spirit.
Yeah, because we got that covering.
Exactly.
We got that covering.
Yeah.
You know, these Jake walk to and fro uncovered. They have no substance.
Yeah, no faith.
Think about substance, understand. You know, they don't have that. You know.
It says, so it says, for they do not obey Yahweh Bashim Yahweh's law, and in fact they cannot obey. Those who obey their human nature cannot please Yahweh Bashim Yahweh.
Oh, can I speak on that too? That's the precept. The love of this world is enmity with the Most High. So going into that scripture, you know, if you have love towards this wicked kingdom, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh hates you already. You know? So that kills any thought that anybody have about, you know, the Lord that loves everybody.
That's right.
Nah, the Lord hates. And the Lord hates those who goes against his will.
Yeah. We sing it, raise it.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? We want to see
Exactly.
the destruction of this place.
Yeah.
These people still trying to figure out if things gonna go back to regular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They hoping to go back to 2015. You know what I mean? That's where they wanted. They want to win.
They want to go back to 1776. He said want to go back to 1776.
Yeah, they want to get up, all run to the dance floor and shit.
99 and 2000. That's what they want.
As young,
Oh, shit.
1776.
It says, but you do not live as your human nature tells you to. Instead, you live as the Spirit tells you to. If, in fact, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh's Spirit lives in you, whoever does not have the Spirit of Hamashiach Yahweh does not belong to him.
Mm-hmm.
But if Yahweh lives in you, the Spirit is life for you, because you have been put right with Yahweh. Even though your bodies are going to die because of sin, the Spirit of Yahweh who raised Yahweh from death lives in you, and he who raised Yahweh from death will also give life to your mortal bodies by the presence of his Spirit in you.
So fuck this shit, man.
Yeah, right.
For real, man. We can't be caring so much about this bullshit, man. We just going through the motions, man. Finish off working these meaningless jobs. Finish off doing the work. We gonna win.
But Heather McCall saying that the old Dallas video said, brother, just be cool, man. Just relax, man. Just relax.
Really?
It says verse
Because
12.
we ain't missing out on that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna live when Yahweh strikes. Like I always say, there ain't no woman you've seen that's gonna be better than what you see. There ain't no food you tasting that's gonna be better than what you gonna taste in the cake.
It's an eye popping out.
You know what I'm saying?
Cartoon.
Because really what you telling Yahweh says, he gonna disappoint you. That's really what you tell him. Oh damn, you think something better here?
Because this is what Big Rain said. This might be new to you, baby. But to me, this is a rerun. Ain't nothing new. It's the same shit happening every week. Ain't nothing new. You know what's going on at the club. You know what's going on block. You know what's going on with that no good skank that you be wanting to knock down. You know, it's the same shit. Oh, nothing new under the sun. But you know what is new? Our kingdom. That's what's new. It's being made right now. You know, we ain't see it yet. That's what we got to keep our eyes looking forward to. Our kingdom. This shit is theirs and it's polluted.
And that's why we say our minds on Yahweh Shai, because he said he makes all things new. And so we looking forward to that. The kingdom that dwelleth in righteousness, you know?
Let's go.
And we ruling it, you know? Hey, I've been around these people, we all have, all our lives. And we realize they ain't got no wit. They ain't got no understanding, you know?
That nigga is Reebok.
He wants you to make it. He wants you to think that.
Right, he ain't got no understanding, man. You know? Hey, even being in
Jay
my
can't wear
job,
no white Reebok.
you know?
This ain't happening. Jay can wear dirty. If Jay can wear dirty shoes, they gonna be dirty.
They gonna be,
no white, then no Reebok.
It says, so then, my friends, we have an obligation, but it is not to live as our human nature wants us to. For if you live according to your human nature, you are going to die. But if by the Spirit you put to death your sinful actions, you will live. Those who are led by Yahweh's Spirit are Yahweh's children. For the Spirit that Yahweh has given you does not make you slaves and cause you to be afraid. Instead, the Spirit makes you Yahweh's children, and by the Spirit's power, we cry out to Yahweh Shai.
And that's why we got a good chance, because we were amongst the number crying out yesterday on the Day of Atonement. You know, the temple, your body is the temple first. So that was a sacrifice you were giving up within your temple. So you know, so you got to count and joy that you may be among that number. Because who else? I ain't see nobody at my job. I told one chick, I said, look, I ain't eating that shit. She said, you ain't eating a drink. I said, yeah, for personal reasons. It's like it's abstract to me. But that's a good thing to see, because like, okay, I'm on that narrow, I ain't on that wide.
Shorty at the job said, the one with the coffee shop. I said, what, you Muslim? I said, nah.
They never gets old.
Man, you gotta be a Muslim.
You can't call you Christian.
Them niggas don't fast.
They do whatever.
You niggas eat every hour.
Every hour. Some every 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. Every 3 minutes.
They fast is when they go to sleep.
You fat.
That's true. So it says, Father. He says, Yahweh Bashar Shai's Spirit joins himself to our spirits to declare that we are Yahweh's children. Since we are his children, we possess the blessings he keeps for his people. And we will also possess with Yahweh Shai what Yahweh has kept for him. For if we share Yahweh Shai's suffering, we will also share his glory.
Shit.
Okay, just two more. I consider that what we suffer at this present time cannot be compared at all with the glory that is going to be revealed to us. All of the creation waits with eager longing for Yahweh to reveal his children.
Yeah, all the creators is longing. You know, everything's in mourning. You know, the scriptures tell you, hey, when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Everybody's in mourning. Everybody's looking for that big change. That's why you see
Even
people.
animals.
That's
Trees.
why you see everybody.
Everything.
They on that. I want to upgrade my life spirit. You know, because nobody's comfortable. This ain't living here. Nothing about this is living. You know.
That's why you're 40-year-old, 50-year-old, they talking about I'm going back to college. Your mama says she's going back to college. That's a way, that's a sign right there to let you know shit fucked up here. You gotta say, I gotta go back
Put
to
yourself
college.
in debt. Put yourself in debt, man. Pretty much. Put yourself in debt.
Everybody know. Show me a person that went to college, left for the house, left with money, and left for the damn job. You don't see it.
You gotta see it.
Yeah, Biden
You
trying to
left
do
with
release
debt.
plans.
You left with debt. You gotta go back to your mama's house or whomever you come from, and then you gotta look for a job.
Right. Show you his whole system.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's not a coincidence why these constitutes, what they asking for a, what's it called? Oh yeah, the student debt relief program. They've been asking that for Biden for years and still ain't even appeared. And they're not going to appeal it. They're not going to appeal it. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
You have more? Hey, so with that, man, hey, we pray you've been edified. Hey, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Barakash.
Hey, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. We head up by St. Cormac Allah.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. This is right at the exit.
Just the end.
Top right here.